Everything is full of landmines.
Yeah.
Meeting.
Guess we're taking the night off.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's all fine. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome. As I fall into a coughing fit. Hello. We are Tales from the Forgotten Troop. Welcome back to more Jukebox Justice. If you're enjoying the show, there are numerous spaces for us.
Luminor?
Luminous. We have a link to our beacons page and Twitch chat or the about section or the YouTube description that has all of our feel links, including Hero Forge, Zenny Optical, Humble Bundle, Epic Water Filters, and more. We also have a Redbubble, so you can buy merch and be cool. And we also have a coffee page if you would like to make a one-time donation, or you can become a monthly member to get access to exclusive bonus content. And there's quite a bit of it. Lots of hours of videos. If you follow us on social media or join the Discord, you can get updates about the show. And also follow us on Twitch just to know when we go live in general.
We also take PayPal if you just want to give us money just because.
Yeah.
And also
credit
you can give us
cards,
cold hard
blank
cash.
checks.
Yep.
Cash.
We're very flexible.
Your
Gold.
social security number.
Bars of
bank
gold.
transfers, bank
Bearer
transfers.
bonds.
Mother's maiden name.
We don't take crypto.
No,
we
that
do
is-
not take
that is
crypto.
a hard line. No crypto accepted. If you are watching the VOD on YouTube, we have weekly streams on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern, so feel free to join us live if you so wish. Otherwise, if you're happy with the VODs, make sure to like and subscribe so you can get notified when those go live every week. Okay. Speed running the announcements. So anyway, time to go around and introduce the characters. And the question I'd like you to answer this week, which is stupid. It's a dumb question. Which cartoon character do you think your character is most like?
Ooh. Oh, that's a tough one. Does that have to be from the era, or can it just be like any cartoon?
Any.
character? Mm.
No limits. Or if you want to just do like a whole decade breakdown, why not?
My knowledge isn't that encyclopedic, but I'm going through everybody I
What?
know.
I can go first.
Who are you?
Mine is easy.
Okay. Take us
All
away, Jenna.
right. I'm Jenna, and I play Roxy, aka Calamity. She, her pronouns for both. And Calamity would be Pinky from Pinky and the Brain.
That's a good pick.
Okay. Who's next? I'll start calling on people.
Yeah, I'm really not certain.
I'll go. I'm Maria. I play Elena, aka Easy Living. And Elena would be like a cross between Ginger and Marianne from the New Adventures of Gilligan's Island. Just like a little glamorous, but also like Marianne.
Oh, man. I've got like multiple Looney Tune possibilities, but I can't settle on one.
Just the entire Looney Tunes.
I was thinking of going for Tasmanian Devil, but you know.
No, Joe is
For
not
me.
intelligent enough to be Bugs.
Yeah.
Where you go before me, I'm still mulling it over here.
I grew up without cable. I haven't watched very many cartoons, so I'm kind of just guessing here. The only thing that comes to mind is maybe Kim Possible, but that fits more with like the Mask kind of playbook, so or the Janice playbook. So I don't know.
I mean, it
Anyways,
doesn't have to
I'm
be
I'm
directly related
playing-
to the playbook as much as just the
Attitude.
character qualities, the type of like personality-wise and stuff.
That requires me to actually know things about cartoons.
Fair.
I'm Brianna. I'm playing Cynthia Evans, otherwise known as Echo, and I don't have a good answer this week.
Okay, so the rest of us have to think about what cartoon character Cynthia's most like.
Lana
Gosh,
from Archer. No, I'm just kidding.
The cartoons I,
like,
got to watch
4
growing up were
cartoons.
like
kinda
on
like
PBS,
Leela.
so that's the
From
extent of my
Futurama.
knowledge.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, Leela.
I
A
can
little
see
more
that from what little
successful,
Futurama I've seen.
Yeah.
I have no context for this.
She's kind of the straight woman of the group.
Yeah. Keeps everybody on track, good at fighting.
Oh, that kind of straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
not
I
was
like
just like-
literally
I
straight.
mean, I don't know on that front,
like-
but like straight
Technically,
woman
she's
isn't, like,
in a
comedy
relationship
straight.
with Fry, but it's
Probably bisexual. She dated that guy without pants, so.
I have not seen all of Futurama, so I don't know if you're making
she
that up
wants
or
to be
not.
I'm not
famous
making
captain.
it. Yeah, he wears cowboy boots and like a tunic and no pants.
a Zapper Anakin.
Is that
Oh my
right?
Cut.
It's some alternate reality version of Joe.
That's not. He's
No,
not.
no,
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 it's much
God,
worse.
no. He's like the worst ever.
Okay. Well, I am Mr. Crow, alternatively just Crow. I'll be playing Joe Hatathli, aka Watchdog. And if I had to pick a cartoon character, I don't really think there's one that lines up 100%. But my heart is telling me Daffy Duck.
Okay.
Just
All right.
constantly frustrated with the situation that he's in,
I could see that.
and comedically beaten up as a result of said situation as well.
I love that for you.
Okay.
It was between that or Fudd.
Yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say. Elmer Fudd would be a good one.
Couldn't decide between the two. They're both kind of the fall guys for Looney Tunes in general, so
Yeah.
hard to say.
Alrighty. I knew I was forgetting something. Oops.
Roll
I
funny.
didn't write a recap for last
Oh.
week. So we're gonna this is fine.
Freestyle.
Anyway.
Rats fell. Everyone almost died.
Started the session. Add a team to the pool. This will be the last one before time passes and it gets reduced to
Ta-da!
a single team. So we're at 18
18.
team.
Hot Girl Summer's
we can
about to be
spend it
over.
Can you speed run all the team in one session? That's
Yes.
meant to be a
Tried
montage.
very
I'd like
hard.
to use some team now. John, that's
but-
the recap.
To help you with the recap.
Okay. Do you want to do the recap?
Oh yeah, I can go over my notes.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
show
okay.
us your notes, Maria. Those are I love it.
Hang on, let me figure out where I started.
Ghost partner. I love Maria's notes. They're the best.
Roxy has learned that Watchdog is Joe, and she's being super subtle about it. Meanwhile, Echo and Easy Living ran into Rampage or Evil Twin, but definitely Rampage because we did talk to her. Hecate apparently has a contingency for Iron Maiden. And Watchdog is relenting and going to ask for a costume, but he wants it to be durable. He does want a hat, chaps, question mark, and a duster.
Chaps, question mark.
Oh, and Cynthia and,
And a
Elena
giant belt
and
buckle.
Roxy are going on a date.
Yeah,
some
Roxy
Asked me in my
Elena
dreams.
out in her actual dream.
In her literal dreams.
Cynthia
Oh,
does
yeah.
not yet know this is going
Nope.
to happen.
No, she doesn't.
I remember,
Which
yes,
continues to be a trend.
the secondhand awkwardness from that
Oh boy.
interaction. Wow. That was wow.
Roxy's never asked anybody out before.
That was very clear.
Yeah. We got that. Okay. Yeah, so heading into montage mode. Lots of things different people wanting to do. Is there anyone Who wants to kick us off? I could either go down the list, or if there's something someone really wants to do first, we go.
Yeah,
'cause
since they take
it's
a while.
I was gonna say it is debatable if we'll get through all of this.
This isn't something I have a whole lot of description for, but since they take a while, Cynthia was going to get started on costumes sooner rather than later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Collects
costumes.
designs from people, raises a few eyebrows, but shrugs ultimately, and gets to work.
You're
I
not
imagine
going to be raising your eyebrows at Roxy. She's just like black. Doesn't get caught on anything.
It's a Joe. It's absolutely a Joe.
Yeah, I was about to say the quote-unquote design document you get is probably a movie poster for some movie
Oh
called
my-
The Scarlet Express. And he's just like, that guy.
Labels the design Werewolf in Houston.
Werewolf in Houston.
We'll eventually, once the base is created, that's like the durable secure part, we'll pass it off to Elena to give to Natalie for
Sequins.
Red accents.
whatever is written in the document that Joe wants, and possibly other things, but that's out of my control.
What else
What
is
is-
in this document?
Yeah, what does Joe want?
Well, okay.
Well, there's 62 pages of it.
Oh, yeah. My bad. What does Watchdog
Hey.
want?
Even Watchdog doesn't know what Watchdog wants.
Watchdog wants peanut butter.
That's all he can agree on.
I mean, you're not wrong, but saying anything more than that would probably spoil some things. So,
Hang on, I have to know when Reese cups were invented.
I feel like they're a recent thing. Because, like, they've got, like, a weird dehydrated peanut butter in there.
They can be traced back to 1928.
Holy shit!
I was gonna say dehydrated peanut butter has been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I put it in my protein shakes. Like you just
Marathon.
Mhm.
But it probably isn't, like, that deep of a description. It probably is largely, like, the image of, like, the main hero from the Scarlet Express, who's dressed mostly in black, as it turns out. But Joe does have, like, a few notes of, like, he does want the hat, like, adjusted a bit so that it doesn't interfere with his ears at all. The chaps can possibly happen, but he does specify nothing too tassely.
What?
Tassels that go down to the floor.
Sound right?
You cannot infringe on these tassels.
I hate it. Leave meeting.
I approve.
Um,
I approve. That was good.
Passing
Ugh.
for life.
And he does specifically want a sheriff's badge, which he does have a
Okay.
note for Cynthia could potentially be a new communicator? Question mark.
She writes that down.
Like a
Ooh.
fucking Star Trek bippy?
Yeah.
How badge. They're not called
Exactly.
bippies.
That's,
That
no,
makes-
that's the technical term.
Roxy nervous and she doesn't know why.
The Star Trek reference?
No,
Or-
the police.
Ah.
And there is also the tidbit of there is like a red bandana included with the costume that Joe specifically wants. It is plainly obvious to everyone but him. It's going to look like a dog bandana when he's in werewolf mode.
Should get him a dog tag communicator.
No.
Or like a choker so it could look like a collar.
I build these two requests from the person who's getting them, not from other people to the different person.
Thank you.
Fine.
Okay. Natalie's very excited to get to work on this
Oh
costume.
my god.
She's a little unsure about it at first because cowboy aesthetic, really? But it's just like, well, if we're gonna be going with the theme, we're gonna be going with the theme.
On brand.
We're
What
the-
brand? Cowboy werewolf.
Yes.
There
It's a new
is
brand.
Wootin' tootin' time.
probably some like Definitely some chaps integrated with the silhouette material that Echo put together. Does have fringe, but it is modest fringe. Also a nice a nice red bandana with
sequins.
I don't know if she'd put sequins on the bandana. She would definitely do some embroidery though. I think it would be a solid color instead of a plaid bandana or like a checkered bandana. It would definitely be a solid red. And probably just a nice gold thread have watchdog embroidered on the side so it really looks like a dog painting.
So it looks like, I was going to say, so it looks like Boone's checkered bandana that says Boone in glittery letters.
Yep.
Mhm.
And definitely a cowboy hat that does accommodate the ears. There are two versions. One that has a narrower brim that goes up so your ears stick outward, and another one that has cuts in the brim so your ears can go through. Both of them do have a chin strap, so you can either keep it like off your head and behind your neck, or keep it
Attached.
keep it tightly cinched so it stays on your head when you're deep in the action and possibly getting thrown around in tornadoes.
About to say, we'll see how long that hat lasts.
Yep. She has a few. She gives you a few because of this line of work, just so you have a spare.
Elena hides a sequin, just like one as she's assisting.
Where his tail
sequin.
would be. Where the tail would be.
There
Like on the hat, she'll stitch it in.
Oh.
I was gonna say Natalie just puts sequins around the brim. So instead of a ribbon around the rim, actually not the brim, where the hat meets the brim.
Yeah.
Has some nice red sequins. Maybe with some gold flecks in there.
Roxy seems unsurprised that Watchdog is being so extra.
How exactly is this presented to Joe? Like, does he just come to the base and there's just like a series of hats lined up? Or-
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
How about just a trail of hats leading through the base?
Yeah.
To the
Natalie's not
dress
there
form
because
that has the
secret
costume on it.
identities, but Bertram is.
He's laying out
In the
hats.
base?
He's setting up all the hats.
Does he have the codes to the base?
I don't know.
Doesn't it?
You're
Apparently.
gonna ask Bertram why he's there?
Yes.
I told you to be concerned about Bertram.
Did he break in?
I don't know, but we gotta change the codes.
Elena definitely let him in.
I let him in. I cannot carry all these hats. Watchdogs want so many hats.
You hear in your head, you could have asked me for help.
This is much fun.
Please don't
tell
let
Roxy.
other people into the base.
It's fine.
It's
I
not.
forgot I gotta get something from upstairs. And Roxy just goes upstairs, like away from the butler.
There's tea in her room somehow.
There's just like a small teacup with tea in it that's like barely steaming, and it's just like so inconspicuous and so normal, but vaguely threatening.
Yeah, you just hear Roxy scream and then go, "What the fuck?"
I do think Watchdog is largely happy with the costume. He understands the tassels. He does definitely consider like trying to cut them off though.
How dare.
The hat though, I think he kind of looks at the sequins and is just kind of like,
This is Natalie.
Do they have to have sequins, or is that like a defensive thing?
I mean, there's such thing as a seam ripper.
I'm not going to be responsible for it, but she'll like produce a seam ripper. I didn't see anything.
Off in the distance, Natalie looks up from the sewing machine that she's been
That's a
bent over, and
disturbance,
it's like,
Nicholas.
someone messing with my sequins.
I actually have no idea what a seam ripper is.
You use it to rip seams. It's
I
just
figured,
like
but I don't know what it looks like.
It looks like a can opener.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Very small though.
Yeah, and pointy.
Just
To
use
get
that
under
to
the
pop,
bread.
pop, all the sequins
Yeah.
off.
There's just a little pile of sequence that now surrounds Joe. Or Watchdog. Sorry.
But yeah, Watchdog officially has a costume. I cannot wait to see what Calamity's looks like. Because I presume that's presented around the same time? Question mark?
What I mean, did
No, yours
Calamity-
took 4 extra weeks.
Didn't know if she needed a hole for the tail or not. That's why we went with Chap.
did Calamity give any other instructions besides black?
Just a touch of cleavage, because I kind of want to look cute, but not like, I just don't want the girls to fall out, but just a little bit. Just want to look nice.
Still look classy.
Yeah, classy cleavage.
Okay, I'm imagining you get back something akin to like a Catwoman bodysuit, but there are like along your sides there are different, and probably like the sides of your stomach, and then the just spiraling down each leg of the pants are just some mesh panels. So you get a nice, and it's sparkly mesh, so you get the sparkles without all the sequins, and then the top definitely has a cut V in it, but then the front is laced up similar to a corset, so it holds it together without ripping, but does give you a nice little like bodice. What's the word? Corset
Mhm.
visualization. And then around it probably has a little bit of a higher collar where around the opening, and I imagine there's some nice little gemstone bedazzling going on just around on the edges around the collar. But not too much, so it's not completely covered in sparkles.
That's fine.
I'm imagining this crossed with body armor, so very interesting visual.
Probably the gemstones around the collar have a little bit of a... They're not like bright silver or white. They're maybe not as bright as the blue teal of your background, but definitely tinted blue.
Mm-hmm.
So it blends in more with the black and can add a splash of color.
I like that. That's perfect.
Oh my gosh. I just realized me and Calamity have got a red Oni, blue Oni dichotomy going on. Crap.
Well, enjoy that.
Even
See,
know how to
mine's
do that.
not body armor because I don't need body armor. That's why I can have mesh panels.
Suppose so. Kind of like test the body armor, see how well it holds up. Just some light taps.
So you said that's why I can have mesh panels, and
Mhm.
internally my brain was like, and lace your boobs up like a shoe.
Yep.
Jesus.
Well,
And now my brain is like, that should be a sea shanty.
What? Lace your boobs up like a shoe.
But that feels like a
somebody
line
write
out of
us
sea
that
shanty
sea
to me.
shanty.
I do love
Well-
sea shanties.
Echo said that I had to look different than I normally do, so I can't just wear cut up stuff and stuff. So if I look sexy, everybody won't think it's me.
Yes.
That's an interpretation, sure.
Obviously, strong women cannot be sexy.
Well, no, it's not that I'm not sexy, it's that I'm a hot mess normally.
Does it come with any face covering for Calamity?
Yeah, I've got a mask.
Domino.
Yeah, a domino mask. Very simple, plain.
I presume there's some iteration of my bandana thing that I had going on for me.
Yeah.
It's like integrated into the hat, so it's almost like a helmet.
It's a bedazzled Zorro mask.
Come here.
It's just like a really, really overdone fancy masquerade mask.
Oh my god.
But in the theme of saloon girls.
Oh, you're talking about for Calamity, right?
No.
Sleek, nice
Oh, no.
domino mask.
I need to keep with the original domino or the original mask I had.
Feathers and
Oh god.
chiffon and sparkles.
Yeah, keeping with the original
Poker
homemade
chips.
mask for now.
Cynthia hangs the rejected mask on the wall because honestly it's not functional, but it's cool.
It's art.
It's art.
It's a conversation piece. The conversation is, what the fuck is that?
I'd say the conversation is, so who's the stripper?
Watchdog. He's the one wearing the chaps.
God.
Obviously.
Tearaway.
Exactly what I was gonna
And then we realized that there's snaps on the side of them.
Oh, and Echo would not let that fly. It's too impractical.
I just
That's the
imagine
only
you
reason.
get involved with another like weather-powered villain or something, but this one can create like
Pants just
air
blow
suction
right
and it just like sucks the chaps right off of
He already doesn't wear pants.
And everybody sees the
Like-
tail.
Pants?
Instead of
Pants
no
in this
capes, it's
economy?
no stripper clothes. God.
I'm sorry, hang on. Did you think I was running around without pants this whole time?
And you have your athletic shorts on, but like
Instead of
The
no
fur
capes,
covers
it's
everything,
no
right?
pants.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lord. Point of the matter is, the two uncostumed members of the team now have proper costumes, I believe. Even if they are a bit sparklier than anticipated.
Hey, you should have said in your design documents, Natalie, no sparkles. So that's a you problem.
I mean, I don't think he's ever met Natalie, so this is not exactly an expected
Nobody warned
outcome.
him.
Roxy did put in her document no sequins, but sequins was spelled incorrectly.
And she didn't get any. She got some sparkly mesh.
Yeah.
Not the same
Yeah.
thing.
She got
Seconds.
sparkly mesh and little like rhinestones.
Very different.
Yes.
Mhm. Because she put
Incredibly
classy
so.
in the doc, you know. The classy bedazzling.
Okay. What's next?
I feel like I've had a lot of scenes lately. The three of you have your not
Awkward
Did
date.
we have a
Date not date
well,
thing.
we have that.
Roxy still has to ask Cynthia to join the date.
Which is also going to be just as awkward and painful for everybody. So,
Oh,
All right, I'm
my
gonna go
God.
take 15. I will ping you when it's
Here.
over.
My God.
We got class registration, football tryouts, and the cookie recipes. Which is just a
I also wrote down, which you may or may not want to do, but I think it was mentioned in passing that some or all of you, without Joe, wanted to have a chat with Henry, or just get.
oh yeah, we want to take a self-defense course.
I thought that was like for school. Like we would sign up for one.
Calamity was, or as soon as Henry has a communicator, Calamity calls her on the communicator and is like, "Hey Henry, you want to go to a self-defense course with me?"
Oh my God.
You
Uh,
hear
that is
Joe
a thing
barking
that
in the
has
distance.
to happen.
Joe's
still.
like, "What?" Oh, sorry.
Oh, the
Uh,
communicator.
Eventually, Echo does build a communicator for Henry, as was requested by. I don't remember if it was technically Joe or Watchdog who requested it. Same difference to her.
It was Joe.
Okay. Requested by Joe, so she will give it to Joe as Joe.
I think a scene that would be funny is the next time that Roxy and Watchdog see each other, because Roxy just dropped that really awkward bomb and then hung up on it.
Oh my god.
I feel like that would be immediately after y'all are on campus for like class registration and whatnot.
And also football tryouts. We have to do that because it's gonna be
Wow.
hilarious.
But yeah, I feel like once Joe's got the communicator, he does hand it off to Henry. Probably under the pretense of like a nice date to a restaurant.
Okay.
I would like to see that date too, though, because he's in the doghouse right now.
This is just the watchdog montage.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get this away from me. Y'all.
But we would like to watch you in pain.
Is
I mean,
that
our
it?
souls. It
Is
feeds
that
our
it? I'm the
soul.
whoopee of this campaign?
Yes.
Everyone just likes to watch me suffer?
Yes.
Good lord.
Okay.
Seriously though, y'all do a scene
Sure.
without me. I've been involved in so much stuff lately.
We can do the really painful Roxy asking Cynthia out the next morning.
Oh my god.
Well,
What time in the morning is this and what day is it?
I feel like it was right after she would want to ask you right after she asked Elena out, and that was in Elena's dreams. So it would be in the morning before Cynthia leaves for work. She'd
All right.
have coffee and breakfast made and stuff.
Cynthia would or Roxy would?
Roxy.
Yeah, because Cynthia can't cook.
Yeah.
Cynthia drags herself to the kitchen and pours a cup of coffee and then slumps onto the table with it. And then sits up and downs the whole thing in one go.
So I wanted to talk to you about something.
Okay.
So I wanted to know if you would want to maybe go to not like the junkyard, but like a nicer place or something with me and Elena, and like it would be like just the three of us, and
Like for training?
no, like we would go there on a date. I think. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, no, I know. Elena already said yes, but I need to ask you too, because
When did you two have this conversation?
last night in her dream.
Cynthia gets another cup of coffee.
Adds just like a little bourbon to it.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's some Mama DeMarco coffee.
It's an Italian coffee.
You asked Elena out in a dream.
Yeah, because you remember like when she was missing, and then like she could hear me. I guess she could hear me looking for her or something. And so then I was like, well, maybe I can talk to Elena in her dream. So then I was like, I'm just gonna try to dream and talk to Elena, and then
You told me you're astral projecting into people's dreams, because that's awesome.
I think that's what that means.
We need to test this.
Okay. Like right now, or like because I gotta go to work.
At some point, I
Okay.
also have to go to work. Completely forgot about the date.
You're like, what?
Like, that's cool.
Yeah, she was dreaming about you and Sylvie at the Mexican restaurant that she bought.
Like in a kinky way, or?
No, you guys were just eating chips and salsa.
Okay.
I mean, the
I-
salsa was spicy, I guess, probably.
That's okay.
Well,
I sure. This is you going on a date with both of us?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that there's probably a longer conversation to be had there.
Yeah.
Sure. Could you also ask Elena not in a dream as well, just in case it was like a dream and not like a communication dream?
Yeah, I can call her.
That probably be good to confirm that.
I'm pretty sure though, I was in her dream because everybody was like normal, but I was like transparent or translucent. I'm not sure which of those words it's supposed to be.
I mean different things.
Yeah, but I don't know which one is which.
Okay, sure. I gotta go to work for the moment, but tell me what happens.
Also, we should probably share a room because I don't want anyone to try to kill you in your sleep. And I'm very, very, very concerned about this. So, like, I can sleep on the floor, or we can move my bed in, or we could just get a really, really large bed. And I don't know.
Normally people wait a
Approved
little
seven.
longer between asking for a date and asking to share a bed.
We don't have to share a bed. I can sleep on
I
the
just-
floor, or like move my bed into the other side of the room or something, or I don't know.
It's a king size. You could starfish on there and you still wouldn't be able to smack me in the face in your sleep.
Okay.
So feel free, I guess.
Yeah.
You know that people don't usually try to kill me? That's just like a once or twice thing.
That's a lot of times. Like that.
Not really,
That's
not in
too,
this business.
that's too many times for me. That's like one or two too many.
Don't change, Rox.
No one tell me what we do for a living.
Pretty much. All right. I'm gonna go to work, and if this conversation still makes sense in my head by the time I've woken up, I'll let you know.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
I'll see you tonight.
Yep. Elena walks away a little bit like, what the fuck just happened?
You mean Cynthia?
I say Elena, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Cynthia becomes Elena. Ape
It's-
shift.
And then I'm like, what the fuck?
You just have like a
Oh no, I've melded them into the same person.
Steven Universe fusion or
That was
something?
our background.
Echo living. Actually, no, living echo. That works so much better.
Ooh, I like that.
I do.
That's like a myth come to life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Cynthia's gonna go to work. That was a weird conversation. There's a non-zero chance she hallucinated it. She is quite sleep deprived sometimes.
There's a lot of potential hallucinations going on.
I mean, you do live in the same like apartment with Sylvie. Let's not forget. So there's a possibility you could
Yeah.
just hallucinate in general.
Sometimes I just wake up high on fairy crap for no reason.
Yeah, some
Nobody
sort of
knows.
fairy pollen just like exploded in the house, and we're all tripping balls.
Yes.
Joe walks in the door and just immediately unconscious.
Face plants. Yeah. My God. I love it.
It's
You got any
amazing.
scenes you want to do as you live it?
Yes. Inform Bertram about the cookie recipes he needs to trade with Mama DeMarco. Because that's Roxy asked, because obviously her mom is making some and Roxy would never lie. She's incapable of that.
Not well.
Okay. Oh.
You can go find Bertram.
But Mother DeMarco is baking everybody cookies, and she wanted to know everybody's favorite. And I was thinking it would be much easier than telling her, and she has to figure out how to do it if there's just a recipe exchange.
Certainly.
I don't know
is-
what the cookies are for, but everybody's getting cookies.
Perhaps just a desire to give everyone cookies after, maybe as a thank you for going to the dinner party.
As that sounds like her, yes.
Is there a specific type of cookie that you would like me to give Mrs. DeMarco, or
Whatever they're called, that I totally remember the name of.
You go,
Yeah,
go,
the
go.
pfeffernuss cookies from Christmas that we made.
Certainly.
Spice ones, yeah.
I can. Does she need the recipe by a certain time? I could
Roxy
either.
did not say.
I could give it to you to give to Roxy to pass along, or I could mail it or swing by.
I'm sure I'll be over. I guess I can drop it over at their house before I go over to Penthouse.
All right.
I
And
think
he will-
Roxy wanted to do something today.
He will pull out the nice recipe card box and pull out a fresh card and quickly copy down the recipe for the cookies and hand it to you.
Is that when Roxy calls?
Mhm.
Sure. I'm assuming are you calling on the communicator or the phone?
I'm gonna call on the phone from the shop.
Okay. The phone rings and Bertram says, "Oh, let me go get that." And he
Oh,
answers
crap.
the phone and says, not the DeMarcos,
Owls.
the Howell residence."
Yeah. Hi, Bertram. It's Roxy. Can I talk to Elena, please?
It's worse than calling your friend's house in middle school.
Hello, Roxy. Certainly. I mean, and I were just talking, and he pulls the phone away from his ear and turns to you, Elena, and says, "It's for you. Roxy's on the line."
Oh, perfect timing. Hello,
Hey,
Roxy.
Hi, Elena. Cynthia said that I had to double check to make sure that I was actually in your dream and that wasn't a dream of me being in your dream.
Was she actually in my dream?
I mean, you remember it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember it. So
Cynthia
yeah.
said yes, but unless the conversation doesn't make sense when she wakes up. I don't know. Something about that.
Okay.
And something about a large conversation. I'm not sure. But you should come by tonight or something, and we can have a large meal and a large conversation or something.
So is tonight the date or is tonight the discussion about the date?
I think we're supposed to have a discussion about the date before we have the date.
Okay.
I don't know why we have to have a discussion. I don't know the process or protocol of a date.
I don't think there's a discussion, but if that's what we want to do, then that's fine.
Okay.
Do you know, I know you weren't at home yesterday, but is your mother home? I'm going to stop by later for something.
Yeah, she's probably at home. She's usually making lunch for me and Tony about this time.
Oh, perfect. Then I will just go over there and then come over there.
Why are you going to Ma's house?
So the cookie recipes. Is that
Oh yeah. Yes, the cookie recipes. Yep. She looks at Tony.
You're just like, "Yep, the cookie recipes." And he's just like, I imagine he's probably dealing with one of the books or something, just checking the jobs for the day or like who's gonna come pick up cars, and he's just like, play it cool. Yes, the
Yep.
cookie recipes.
Yep, the cookie. Gotcha. I remember now.
Tony's just like,
All right. Well, I will see you tonight. And I'm glad that I was actually in your dream and it wasn't just a dream about me being in your dream, because that would have been weird dream.
me too, I think? Yeah. I need some red yarn to piece this together. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Have a lovely day. See you later.
Okay, bye, Roxy. She'll go get a ride over to the DeMarco's house. To bring
Okay.
this.
yeah, you can get to the DeMarcos and ring the doorbell, and Mrs. DeMarco answers it. Says, "Oh, Elena, what a pleasant surprise! Are you here for? Roxy's not here if you're looking for her."
She is at work, but she said something about baking cookies for everybody, and I figured it was just easier if I dropped off this recipe, and I don't remember what everybody else said, but I'm assuming they will get recipes to you. Or Roxy will.
Sure. And she'll take the recipe and look over it. It's like, oh, this is quite fancy. I didn't know I was going to be making cookies for everyone, but I can get behind that. I do enjoy some bacon. This will be a nice experiment.
Oh, will you need help? I make these every year for Christmas. I can help you.
I always welcome a set of hands at the kitchen, so I would love to do some baking with you, Elena.
Mother-in-law bonding time.
Baking with the in-laws.
I can go out and do some shopping today if you want to come by, like tomorrow, or we can plan for the weekend.
It's Monday, right?
We're in
whatever day, it's
montage
a
mode.
montage.
It's whatever,
It's montage day.
whatever
It's
day.
whatever day.
It's montage
yeah.
Monday.
The weekend will be great.
Sounds excellent. All right. It's just like
Yeah.
say, yeah, if you don't need anything else, you just have a good day now.
Oh, you too, Mother DeMarco.
Bye bye. And she'll shut the door and head back inside.
I don't think I had any other plans.
Okay.
Inciting mild chaos into the DeMarcos.
Are we not going to incite mild chaos on campus now? I assumed Elena would show up to the football tryouts with a soccer ball.
She's got a pom
No,
pom. Your squad.
One of the things on Cynthia's list was to talk to Roxy about the football thing.
Okay.
Is this before or after the date conversation? I feel like after.
I don't. Yeah, she was not gonna. She was too distracted by the possibility of dream astral projection. Did not remember to bring it up.
Weird superpowers are her kink.
Her kink, science.
Yes. This makes sense. Roxy is a walking science experiment.
Science.
All right. Let's have our football conversation.
So it'd probably be after Cynthia gets back from work or something.
Yeah.
Did you double check whether you were astral projecting or dreaming or?
I was, yeah. Elena remembered me being there and asked me out. So unless we both
Fascinating.
had the same dream, that would be weird too. But
It's possible, but the most likely option seems to be the simplest in this case.
sure, yeah,
So, 3-person date it is.
yeah. You said you wanted to discuss it, so she's gonna come over tonight. So we're gonna discuss it. I don't know if we're pre-agreeing the date or what, but we can figure it out.
The discussion doesn't even happen immediately. I think a date's fine. It's just there needs to be a discussion before there's anything past dates.
What?
Asking somebody on a date isn't the same thing as asking them to be in a relationship.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm saying if that's your aim here, there needs to be a longer conversation.
Okay. I don't know the protocol.
Step one would not be to not call it a protocol. There's nothing official as far as I know. The rules
Is
of
there a
engagement.
handbook somewhere? Should I ask
This
Watchdog?
is the 50s. If there's going to be a handbook for that sort of thing, it would be made right now.
I think you absolutely should ask Watchdog.
I'm gonna ask him if he has a handbook or a protocol, playbook or
God.
something. I don't know.
Mm.
Very quick.
I'll ask him after football tryouts.
After you've officially worn through
Speaking of
every last nerve.
which,
Yes.
Well, thank you for that segue.
Patsy,
Yeah.
you know that that's a team that does not technically allow powered people on it, right?
Then why is Watchdog on it?
Because he's lying to them.
Oh, well, then if he's lying, then it's fine if I lie too, right?
If you can get away with it.
It's not
You
like he's a
think-
great liar either.
Yeah, but he protects his identity and pretends he doesn't have powers 24/7.
Yeah, but like I got a costume and people don't know I have powers. It's not like wide knowledge.
Do you think you can be careful enough to not be caught?
Yeah. Also, I think it would be good practice on being gentle and using like a certain amount of my power and not like all my power. Like trying to use like maybe like 2% of my power or like 10% of my power. I don't really know the numbers, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't disagree with that, but the setting for testing that out is probably a situation in which if you miscalculate and use more power than you mean to and get caught, if that happens here, there could be legal trouble.
So what if instead of being like the tackly person, I be the person that catches the ball? So then I'm not like using my super strength on anybody and I just do like jumping and running. And other people try to tackle me.
You're your own person, and there's nothing I could do to stop you, even if I was inclined to try. But I just think it's... You're learning a lot about being careful and controlling your powers. And I think that's great. I just think it's a really high-risk situation to still be learning that in.
Yeah, but like, I haven't broken anything at the shop in a really long time. It's been like 6 months.
But you have accidentally done some things in the field that you didn't mean to.
Which, like...
Well, there was that building a few weeks ago.
That was weird, though. I don't know how that happened because all I did was throw a thing, and that should not have caused the building to collapse.
You did kind of get caught in the moment and throw Sylvie into some cars.
Yep, I did do that.
I just want you to consider what happens if something like that happens when you're on the field, in the football sense.
Well, I'll just throw the ball and not anybody.
Can you guarantee that, though? People are going to try to tackle you for the ball.
Yeah, but that won't hurt me, so it'll be fine.
It's not you I'm
as long
worried
as
about.
they're not hurting me with the words.
What happens if they run into you and you don't go down? You are like an immovable wall. You'd have to remember to fall and to make it look normal every time.
Hey, that'll really improve my acting skills. I mean, like, what happens if you get caught? You get kicked off the team? Well, then I'm just right back where I am before.
If you get caught and they find out that Watchdog knew about it, then he can get in legal trouble. And
how are they going to be able to prove that?
He's not a good liar. He's a good pretender in some ways, but he's not a good liar.
Yeah, he's really good at playing dumb.
He's decent at obfuscating the truth or telling lies of omission.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen if he's asked directly.
He's a good deflector.
It's your decision to make. I just want you to consider the risks. To yourself and to others.
think it'll be okay. If anything happens, then I'll quit.
I also think that you and Joe should come to an agreement on this, because he's not gonna like it. And if you do it and he's
What do you
not
mean
a
he's
fan
not
of it-
gonna like it?
You know all the reasons I just had for why it's risky?
Yeah.
He's very risk averse when it comes to his
Yeah,
civilian
but
life.
that's sort of something he needs to work on.
You're not wrong.
Also, it would be good if we learned how to be better teammates.
You're
It would be
also
a
not
good
wrong there,
bonding
but
experience, and it would be good for us to learn how to coordinate in the moment. So I think all these are good arguments for why I should do it.
I don't think all that's going to happen if you do it and surprise him by doing it and just show up.
I told him I was going to try out.
What did he say?
I think he just sighed.
Why do you think he sighed?
Because he's hot wolf and they do that.
I want to pierce the mask on that one.
All right.
Speaking of obfuscating,
I think you get a +1 because of the bull heart. Or
Yeah.
is that only for
Oh
comforting?
wait, no. It might.
You get a +1 because of influence.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, at the very least get the +1 because of the influence.
Yeah. For your lover or your love and rival, that's just bonuses to you, correct?
I think that's
Uh,
comforting though, or maybe not.
I believe that's comfort.
I don't remember what you picked. I'm sorry.
No, you get potential if we successfully comfort each other. We get
Okay, that's
potential.
Okay, so
Just
not
kidding.
this. Just curious. All
Yeah.
right.
Just the regular
So-
influence.
+1 from influence. My mundane is a -2. So.
Only a -1. Just roll high.
Just real high.
Well, I did roll high. We'll see. If it's,
Is this the first possible time to pierce the mask?
could try.
Roxy's
so
been
hard.
keeping that on lock lately. Everybody's
that
going
is
bad.
6 and a 5, so that comes out to a 10. Because I have -2, but it's +1.
3 questions.
My math.
Yeah,
is
you
correct.
get to ask 3 questions.
Ah.
We've been rolling Pierce a lot.
Uh-huh.
There's
Too
been a
many
lot of
secrets in here.
shady shit going on. Gotta pull out those secrets. Come on. It's episode 12.
You're the one who told me to be patient.
Okay. I don't think you're being particularly duplicitous, so we'll see how this goes. But
Mhm.
what are you really planning?
To join the football team so she can spend more time with Joe.
There it is.
Okay, how could I get your character to consider the consequences that this could have for other people?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I would quickly note here, when it comes to these questions, you can say you can't. Like, if it's just an impossibility for the character.
Yeah, I think there would have to be like something that happened like in practice or something that would like like I think that she's feeling like she can do it.
So you need a reality check.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't use that to ask the same question twice, can I, for a different variant of that?
I mean, I don't see why not.
It doesn't specifically say in the rules, I don't think. Let me
Oh,
check.
you actually get to ask me. You're not limited to those questions. That's the
Oh, right.
You can ask me whatever questions you want, but I get to ask you a question in return.
Could you read me the verbatim for that rule, just because I don't have it? on hand?
Yes, I can. I have it screenshotted on my phone in a folder that says Roxy.
Thank you.
Abilities. Yeah. Because I wanted to make sure I had the exact wording.
Yeah.
So let me look. Screenshot.
It does not
Yeah.
say if you can pick the same question or not. So I would
Listener, when you pierce the mask of your lover rival, you can always let them ask you a question to ask them an additional question in return. Oh, I guess it's when I pierce your mask. Never mind. Even on a miss, these additional questions do not have to be on the list. So, I mean,
Okay, so that's just when you're asking.
I
Just to
don't.
clarify.
I mean, I wouldn't care, but it would be up to Charlie whether or not you could do it in that case. I don't care if you are, as long as like I would be able to ask you an additional like question of whatever I want. But
I'm good either way, so.
I'd say since the wording says it is specifically for you, we'll limit to that.
okay.
Opinions.
It's just so many
Okay.
things. I don't.
Well, then since
I'm fine with you asking variations of the same question or like asking the same
Okay.
question twice.
that's what I'm going to do in this case then, since the rules don't say.
Because I feel like if that was an issue, they would have called it out somewhere in the rules. And
yeah.
So.
Then for that one, for the third and final question, how could I get your character to actually try to come to an agreement with Joe about this?
I mean, sorry.
No, the vibration just sounded like wah wah.
You can't.
We have sound effects now. So yeah, she'll he didn't say no. So do you want me to get like written permission or like
I don't want you to get
the...
written permission. I want you to convince him.
But like
we already have a lot of difficulty as a team and difficulty trusting each other. And I do think this could help in the long term. But in the short term, it might hurt, especially if you spring it on him and especially if he doesn't want you there. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have some stuff going on that he needs to work through, because he does. But
some stuff? Oh my gosh.
A lot of stuff. But the brute force method doesn't seem to work well with him.
Yeah, I've gotten the impression that sometimes his ego might not be the most durable.
It's one way to put it. I wouldn't put it that way to him.
Yeah,
Not
no,
initially.
I didn't put it that way to him. I just said that, what did I say? I don't remember. I just said he needed to stop projecting his issues on me.
Oh boy. I know you're used to being able to break through every door and wall you come to. But sometimes the smarter way is to find a way around rather than directly pushing through. Push out the wrong support, you can bring the building down. Find a different way in, you don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty
destroy
sure
anything.
he can bring his building down on his own. It's fine. I don't really care as long as he doesn't like make it my problem. His issue's my problem. You know what I'm saying? When he makes it my problem, then it's a problem, or makes it your problem, or Lena's problem, or Sylvie's problem. Like, if he just wants to be a mess all by himself, that's fine. As long as it doesn't impact me, I don't care.
I feel like you're deflecting from any possibility of coming to compromise by pointing out his faults.
No, it's fine. I was just responding to what you were saying. But
I'm just, from my perspective, it feels like a pattern.
Sure. What you are asking me is to just talk to Joe about it, or like what? I'm unclear about like what. So I need his permission, like a permission slip.
you don't need his permission to do anything. You're your own person.
Yeah.
But would you have moved into the penthouse with me without asking first?
No, it's your house.
Slightly different situation.
Yeah, but
same
that's not
idea.
his house.
It's
You
not.
know?
And he doesn't own it, but
Nope.
it's something he's worked really hard for.
Pretty sure Elena's dad might own it now. I'm not 100% sure on the specifics, but
It's something he's worked hard for, and I suspect he derives a sense of safety or security from being on the team.
sure.
There's a possibility that you might end up undermining that in a way that's not beneficial to him.
Okay. So what you're asking me to agree to is to talk to him about it
Yeah,
and try
want-
to come to some sort of compromise.
I would very much prefer it if you guys would talk about this first.
Okay.
Because if you don't talk about it and shit goes down, then you've both made this my problem.
Oh, that's a good point. Good job figuring out how to get me to think about things.
Send up the psychological Rube Goldberg machine to try and get the result.
Got her.
No, I know. Like over, I'm just over here, just
I had to
like
do it to him.
I'm just over here, just like, oh my god, because I know Jenna, you're not this dense, so
Nope.
I'm just like, oh, this is.
I know I'm trying to like get there, but I'm like also like, oh my god. She's how do I stay true to how dumb Roxy is?
Play on her concern for other people who are not Joe.
Yes. Because sometimes she thinks Joe just needs to learn how to cope.
Cynthia knows this. She disagrees with this, but Cynthia knows this. I'm only asking you to talk.
All right.
Maybe you can't come to an agreement and you decide to just
What
bother
if
him.
What if
but-
he doesn't like because I feel like I should at least be able to go to the practices and try it, like really try if I make the tryouts. I should just be able to try out. Then we can have a conversation. But it's not really, it's a moot point if I don't make it onto the team,
That's fair. If you feel confident in your ability to blend in and not reveal your powers or accidentally like blow up a field or something, then I will extend trust to you that I think you're capable. I think you can do it. I'd like you to keep in mind that I'm very much choosing to trust that you will exercise your full capability of restraint.
Yes.
And also, if he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. I'd like you two to at least talk about where you're coming from.
Mhm.
And then if he's like, no, you can't join the team. I mean, you're your own person, join the team. But I'd like to know ahead of time.
If there's going to be a
because-
problem. Yeah.
Also, the legal ramifications are serious and potentially the personal ramifications, because if he's implicated in anything, then his probably future mother-in-law might not be happy.
She does know he's on the team and that he is a superhero and that he's not supposed to be on the team. So she knows he's breaking the law, right?
I don't actually know.
Well, she knows who he is because he's been dating Henry for 5 years. So logically speaking, she would know that he's on the team, and because he's not like a low-key player on the team, he's the quarterback. That's like the star or whatever.
I think it's less about powered people being on the team and more about if a scandal results from finding out that somebody powered is on the team. She might try to use that as leverage to try to break him and Henry up. I don't think it's going to work, but it's something that might happen.
You know, it's a very complicated situation. I feel for him because, like, you know, I just, his powers got like, I mean, like, mine was hard to control because I like didn't know my own strength, but like I didn't like go crazy on the full moon and like try to bite anybody or scratch anybody or anything, you know, like what I'm saying.
I don't think that's
Well-
something that Cynthia knew about.
I was about to say, I don't believe Cynthia knows that.
Whoops.
Drama.
Filing that one away.
Yeah. Roxy's just still talking like Cynthia knows because she just assumed Cynthia knew the whole story.
She's
I was about to
smart.
say,
She
you
has
do-
to know everything.
Everybody did know that Cynthia knew Watchdog's true identity, so it wouldn't be too far-fetched for me for Roxy to just assume, like, oh, she must
Yeah,
really know
and
everything.
he didn't specifically say don't tell Cynthia
That is
this.
also true.
So, and like Roxy doesn't always like understand those nuances of things.
I have a question. How conservatively does Henry dress?
I mean, not overly.
Okay, so like not like covering any particular parts of the body at any points, since if he went crazy and lost it, she seems to be the most likely suspect for someone who got hurt in that, which could explain some of Iron Maiden's displeasure.
Yeah, she's not in like full pants and long sleeves all the time.
Okay.
She'll wear short sleeves and dresses and stuff without leggings or tights.
Okay, Cynthia files that one away as a possibility, but maybe not a probability.
Yeah, I think that being a werewolf comes with like dangers of like self-control versus like just not knowing your own strength and stuff, or like accidentally like, you know, telekinesising too much stuff. Like I think it comes with like different instincts and things, but I'm not really sure because I'm not a werewolf expert.
I get the impression that most of the werewolf experts aren't exactly around here.
Or if they are, they're not very open about it.
Or if they are, they're not very open about it.
I can't imagine that everybody goes around telling people that they're a werewolf, because sometimes that might be a little bit of a like social suicide or something, you know? Like I feel like people might be a little more nervous around you if they know that you're a werewolf.
Cynthia thinking back to that letter she saw in Joe's bag.
Hey, Jenna, ease it off with the psychic reading, eh?
Hey, I didn't know that.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Hammer.
It's predictable, watchdog. I'm just kidding. I had no idea, so I'm innocent.
This crap. You keep on guessing things, and I'm just like,
This is total accident. She's just trying to have empathy and think about the problems that there might be with like being a werewolf, you know? She's trying to be considerate.
Oh boy.
It's going real well.
Just try to have a conversation with him, please.
Okay. You want me to do that now? Do you want me to call him on the phone or like the communicator and talk to him that way?
I'd like you to have this conversation in person if possible.
Okay.
Please don't approach him as Joe, though.
So
Or I
just
don't know,
have to-
approach him as Joe if you want to, but like, does he know that you know at this point? We had
I
that
mean, I kind
conversation
of
on the
I
phone.
told him
but-
on the communicator.
Okay, yeah.
But
did
I
have that
mean,
whole,
I
like,
think he might be
He
might be still in denial. I don't know. He seemed like the denial was pretty strong with him based on what you were saying or whatever.
Seems like you guys might have a few things to clear the air on then.
Yeah, I'll meet him after practice tomorrow.
Maybe wait till the rest of his team's gone.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
They get distracted easily.
I'll just like pop in at the end of practice. That way I don't like disrupt the entire practice.
Well, you know, if any of them try to hit on you, just I was gonna say punt him across the field, but that'd probably blow your cover. So
You told me not to do that, so that would be like mixed signals for me.
I did tell you not to do that. That's true.
I mean, what if one of them ends up like going crazy and having superpowers too? Then can I like protect people?
Protecting
Bonk 'em on
people
the
should
head.
be your priority.
Okay.
If you have to blow your cover to do it, you have to blow your cover to do it.
Okay. I
What
just
you
want to be
do.
clear. Otherwise, I keep it under wraps unless it's a life or death emergency.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But also if you have to use your powers in a real visible way, there is a chance you might get kicked off the team.
What if I just do it subtly and bonk them on the head and make it look like they just pass it on?
If you don't get caught, you're fine.
Okay.
That's the only rule. Well, that and the killing thing. Don't kill people. The other rules don't get
I've
caught.
never
Even
killed
things that are
anybody.
illegal.
I've never killed
I
anybody.
No, you haven't. I
I've
know you
never
haven't.
even almost killed somebody.
I've never killed anybody.
That's good to know. Good job.
Thanks. I think.
I mean, shit happens, you know? I don't assume you would willy-nilly go killing people just for funsies.
Nah.
Okay. So that's yeah. Okay.
But yeah. Basically, I don't know. Hecate's main rules don't kill anyone. The implied rule is if you're going to do something illegal, don't get caught.
Yeah, it didn't happen if you don't get caught.
Yeah,
That's what
pretty
Uncle
much.
Paulie said.
Speaking of people who have killed people.
But if he never got caught, it didn't happen.
No killing
Uh,
people, just taking out the trash.
Lawless logic.
Just
Technically,
drop
I
this,
didn't kill
trash
them.
bag
It was
off in the harbor.
Yeah.
God.
Technically, it was the thing weighing them down that caused them to drown. That's not my fault.
Just
Listen,
going
Jen,
for
I got
a
nothing to do with it.
Just going for a shoe fitting by the water.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Patrick
likes
does
that.
not approve.
Eaten by dogs.
That's the dog. That's on the dogs, then, right?
Torn to
Swim
shreds,
with
yeah.
the doggos.
Eaten by wild animals is death by natural causes.
Gravity's also natural.
Oh my god.
They just happen to be pushed out a window. That's what...
God.
Fell on a knife.
Gravity.
Good
And
luck
Gravity is
conversation.
very natural.
Stepped in the way of my bullet. What could I do?
I love it. All right. So next day, fast forward, Roxy ends up at Joe's football game. At the very end, she goes on her lunch. Like, yeah, Tony, I'm gonna go out for lunch. I'm gonna go get Joe's acquaintance to go play football.
I imagine you saying that as you're leaving the door, and like walking out the door, and he's like, "What?" And then you're just like, "Nothing, bye."
I love Roxy.
You're just like, God.
Well, it's probably not a game yet. I think the game is during actual school season, so it's probably
Yeah.
another practice.
Well, she hasn't even tried out yet, so she's just going
Yeah.
to the practice. I don't think we fast forward through the summer yet when she's on the
Not
team
yet.
and annoying Joe.
They might have like. Does football do scrimmages?
Yeah, they'll have because
yeah.
they usually run like a couple of
Yeah.
strings, so you'll scrimmage against your own team.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say they might have do like group practices with other schools. Maybe, I don't know.
Also a possibility.
Who cares? You're there.
Yeah. She shows up at the last 15 minutes of practice and just waves at everybody. It's like,
Jesus Christ.
A few of the guys stop and wave back.
hi, everybody.
Coach Oleander's like, "Hey, back in the game."
Waves at Joe. Just
Uh,
sits down and waits.
I kind of feel like Joe like left the field for a second to like get a drink of water, comes back out and like hears Oleander yelling at Buddy, looks and sees people are confused, looks over the stands. Oh no.
It's just her.
oh.
Coach Oleander's just like,
Uh,
we've got one more drill to run. Let's get to it. Then you can do your cooldown. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
all right, focus up, boys. Joe will try to get people back in line. Meanwhile, just silently sitting there like, oh God, please don't say anything. Please don't say anything. Please don't say anything. Please don't say anything. Because in his head, this is like the nightmare scenario. Roxy's figured it out, and she's just coming up and gonna be like, "Hi, watchdog."
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, Joe.
But you can head into the last drill. Does Roxy just wait patiently?
Mhm.
Okay. You finish, run through the drill.
He's just sitting there
Coach
menacingly.
Coach
She's eating
Oleander,
snacks.
Coach Oleander nods and is like, all right. Walk through the cooldown, do your stretches, then hit the showers.
Joe shall do so, and I feel like as he's showered and is like exiting, he kind of like looks both ways, trying to see if she's just like waiting around the
Sneaks
corner.
up on him.
She definitely is.
Oh, God.
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
I had to
Uh,
talk to you about something.
I can't imagine what. Kind of like puts an arm around your shoulder and just starts like pulling you away from university.
I really liked how like football is, and I wanna try out. But Cynthia says that I should ask you first.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I see. I knew you'd think that me trying out for football was a good idea. She
What,
was worried for no reason.
no, hang on. I meant talking with me about it first.
Oh,
I mean, I guess it's not a bad idea. Just like double and triple checking that like no one's in earshot. Eventually gets to like, I don't know, like a little park bench just sort of set up on one of the sidewalks. Okay. We're not immediately in earshot. Yeah, I'm Watchdog, okay? If there was any doubt there, I guess.
she's just like looking confused at you. Like, yeah, I know. We already established this like a while ago, didn't we? Like, that was like 2 or 3 days ago. I figured this out like a week ago, dude. Week and a half? I don't know. It was a while ago.
Okay, just cutting the chase here. How much do you want to be on the team, I guess?
I feel like it would be good for a lot of reasons. Reason 1, she like pulls out a crumpled piece of paper from her back pocket.
Oh,
Reason
I love
1,
it.
it would force me to learn how to be gentle.
There's a very
Number
mixed
2.
expression on Joe's face from that one.
It would force you and me to get better at being teammates. Number 3. Will be better coordinated in on-the-dime decision-making skills with each other. Will be better able to to tag team things without thinking as much about it. Number 3, I just want to spend time with you. Number 4.
Oh.
It would be nice if you had, you know, a friend, because I noticed that like one of the guys was kind of like me, like looking at you like mean. I don't know. Also,
Congratulations, you've made Joe feel guilty.
also then Sylvie and Elena could be cheerleaders, and we like Cynthia doesn't want to be a cheerleader, but she could come to the game and sit with Henry, and we could all do stuff together, like as friends, not just as a team, you know.
just kind of like scratches the back of his head as he's just like looking at the ground.
I don't want to just be teammates. I want to be your friend too.
Yeah, like literally, she just goes like, I feel like we should be closer, and Joe's just like, oh, I'm the asshole.
Big puppy Roxy eyes.
Yep. Okay. Look, I get where you're coming from, I guess, in regards to wanting to learn how to better control your powers. I had a period, kind of like double checks. I had a period like that when I was just starting out, didn't really have a handle on things yet. But Rox, I'm genuinely kind of worried that if you're on the team, you might like hurt somebody, not even meaning to, because if somebody goes full bore into you and you just don't move, it can really hurt somebody.
I mean, I don't have like super balance. Like I'm not like growing roots or anything. I fall down. I get pushed down. Fall on my face.
And you get back up again.
I get knocked down.
Great song. Okay.
Look, try to push me over. It's not, I'm not like super heavy or super dense. I'm still only like 105, but I don't know. I haven't weighed myself in a while. I didn't gain any weight when I got superpowers, just super strength.
You didn't?
No.
I did.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, your fur. Now you got fur and claws.
Well,
like that's new stuff.
No, I mean, even just... Never mind.
It's all the peanut butter.
Look, try to push me down though. It's not that. I mean, like I've got like super strength, but that doesn't mean that like I'm like a movable rod. You know what I'm saying?
If Coach makes you a lineman, then you're gonna be planting your feet and...
Well, listen, I've been thinking about this. Okay, maybe a lineman isn't the best position because it might be a little bit obvious if there's like somebody small going up against like the 6'6", 400-pound guys when I'm only like a quarter of their size. But I'm good at catching the ball. I got good hops and I can run pretty fast. And I'm also very good at dancing behind the line thing. So I could do that one. And then I wouldn't be tackling anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm smaller, so I can maneuver around these big dudes better. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. But, okay, if you're...
Then we could really be team. Like, you throw the ball to me, and then... Look. I mean, I'm good at throwing, but that's your job.
Yeah, that is kind of explicitly my job.
Right. I wouldn't want to step on your toes or anything.
If you think you can keep it under wraps, then okay. But I'm gonna say right now, before you even try out, I want to work with you on, like, how to sort of throw it, I guess.
Am I supposed to throw the ball? I thought that was your job.
No, I mean, like...
Oh, okay.
Acting, I guess.
Oh, okay. You want me to pretend to be weak. Then I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the first week I had my whole deal, I accidentally dislocated somebody's rib, so who knows what the heck you'd do.
I've never dislocated anybody's ribs before that I'm aware of.
Sure?
Did I dislocate your rib? At the junkyard?
Yeah, probably. I wasn't injured for long enough to really check. But
okay.
Also, like, some of the times you take down bad guys, like, are you sure you haven't dislocated a rib?
Yeah, pretty sure. I have very good aim. I was a
Okay.
pitcher.
And you weren't pitching yourself before. Unless
Yeah, I mean, like
really
my
misunderstand how
aim when I
baseball
pitch
works.
myself is a little different than throwing things. I like when I took out Tempest at one time, I just like I threw something at her. And then like headbutting, but like normally I just try to knock them unconscious. Or hold them down.
Holding someone down's, depending on how you do it, isn't really okay in football.
That's why I said I was going to catch the ball.
Yeah, I'm just.
Why would I hold them down?
Well, thing is, even if you do have a position, you train for all of them just in case.
Okay, so I'm supposed to act like I'm bad at the other ones so that he'll put me on that position.
I mean, you can do that if you want to, I guess, but more you just need to be careful with everything.
Okay, so what you're saying is we need to go to the junkyard, but not yell at each other this time.
Yeah, that would be preferred.
Okay. Let's go to the junkyard. You want to try to tackle me now?
Not on campus. What?
I don't understand. There's a football field, like, okay, whatever.
It's different if I'm doing it on the football field. It's an entirely other thing if I'm just tackling some random dame in the middle of the campus.
Oh, now I understand why that might be awkward. Yeah, now I get it. Now that you say that, I understand.
Okay.
They might think that you're like trying to hurt me or something.
Yeah, I mean, I am like 1.5 feet above you.
Yeah, and they don't know that I can. Yeah, never mind. Anyways, so this weekend or like when are you free?
How about later tonight, I guess? We'll start then.
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay. And Rox, if you wanted to just hang out, that's fine too. I didn't really realize you just wanted to chill. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm more just.
You're really busy. It seems like more efficient to just like join something that you're already doing. That way you don't have to juggle another thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I can make time for you.
Oh, thanks, bud. She'll give him a big hug.
Sort of like.
See, I can be gentle. I didn't dislocate a rib. Look, I hug Grandpa Les all the time, and he's older, so like, but also I think he might be invincible. I'm not sure. He's a super grandpa. Anyways.
Does anybody else in your family have powers?
No. I mean, unless you include Mom's cooking abilities, Grandpa Les is amazing, like, ability to, like, read people and help them face whatever's blocking their potential.
So he's like a psychic?
He's a therapist, a psychologist.
So he's a psychic.
A psychic.
I don't think it's quite the same based on what I've been told, but maybe. I think he just has, it's not psychic, it's just being able to pick up on small body language stuff. And also like patterns and things like that.
I'm pretty sure some other heroes have that. You know what? Never mind.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
There's no confirmed superpowers in my family.
All right. But yeah, I guess I'll just.
Unless Joe knows something Roxy doesn't. Just kidding. What?
Who
You hear
knows?
Tony? Tony in the background.
Yeah, Tony has a super good sense of his own masculinity. Nothing
That is
talks
his
about
superpower.
that.
That's a superpower too. All right, buddy. We can just hang out, but like we'll hang out tonight while we practice not hitting anybody. I mean, at least you're a good practice partner because you can heal, right?
Yeah. Just just remember nobody else in the field can do that.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I was going to take a position where I don't have to tackle anybody.
Yeah. And I suppose I should mention this right now. If you are going to end up joining the team, watch out for Reyes.
Who is this Reyes guy? Is he mean to you? Do you need me to talk to him?
Nothing I can confirm, but he's the second string quarterback. It's a little.
Oh, so he's jealous of you. That's rude. Maybe I should be the second string quarterback.
I think he might actually blow a gasket if you supplanted him.
It would be funny though. Maybe we should just move his car. Maybe I should just move his car in the parking lot to a different end of the parking lot.
As funny as that would be, maybe don't give him reason to suspect you.
That's fair. We can infest his car with glitter mice. He won't be able to trace that back to me.
We'll see how much trouble Sylvia causes.
You know what? I feel like Reyes might like me because everybody likes Sylvie.
Yeah, that's because Sylvie's got her whole smell thing.
What smell thing?
Rocks.
What? I mean, she smells nice.
Yeah, that's like her thing. It's like what'd Cynthia call it? Pharaoh something.
Ah, the pharaohs. Gotcha.
I think it was more than that, but point is she's got like a smell around
something that makes people like her.
Yeah, but like not necessarily to their liking, if that makes any sense. Like she can force people to like her.
I just thought it made them more likely to like her.
I think it forces them. At least
I don't think she takes away anybody's free will. I'm concerned now. I don't like this. I feel conflicted, so I need to just stop talking about that.
All right.
She didn't do that last time. She's also just hot.
I guess.
And she wears skimpy outfits, so
That she does do. But I'm just saying, like, caution's the name of the game here. All right.
okay. Well, I can't make anybody like me by smelling a certain way, so
You just you're just you, and people like you.
yeah. Or they don't. I don't know. Sometimes people don't like me. Like the PR disaster where everybody didn't like.
I think they more didn't like Calamity than you.
That's
I feel like if they
fair.
knew you, they wouldn't have even like said it was you.
That's why I feel like I should have went down to the newspaper and talked to them, but like I guess I understand why that was a bad plan.
Yeah, they've already made their first impression. Trust me when I say it's hard to change that.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for that, and I'll see you tonight. Fist bump.
See that? And like, as soon as
Also,
she's
I'm not
out
gonna do that thing where you guys smack each other on the butts. That's not for me.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I think a lot of the guys are gonna make excuses to do that with you.
That will be very unfortunate for them.
Yeah.
That'll be very unfortunate. For them.
I think I just made Maria spit take a bit there.
What's that meme that's like, somebody call an ambulance, but not for me?
The choke on my
Somehow
gummy bears.
their beds ended up on the roof of the school, and nobody knows how that happened. Like them and their whole bed are just on the roof of the school.
I feel
That's
like I feel like once Roxy's out of line of sight, though, Joe just kind of like slumps into the bench, just like, ugh. Cool. Another. Now he's just got so many emotions.
You could talk
All
to
the
Grandpa Les.
emotions.
Such an emo boy. Stuff them back down where they belong.
What he's working on.
Bury them. Bury them so deep.
Put them in the box. Slam the lid on.
The
Put a
box is
chain
getting so
around it.
full,
Lock
you
it.
see.
And throw it in the ocean.
Create a
Make 'em
black
sleep
hole
with
in
the
the
fishes.
box.
Yeah.
And feed all of your emotions into the black hole. But
Black holes fall.
My inside is a black hole.
I think that is a good spot to take a break. We can pick up with whatever's next after this. So, yeah.
I want to know what everybody's majors are going to be.
Soon.
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people I wanna know. La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, la belle époque. Pour me champagne, love me insane. Flowers and chocolate in a color that matches my bonnet. Oh no, it's not a test, only the best. Belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, la belle époque. Planes with my name and dinner at restaurant Le Maurice. Oh no, no, it's not a diss. I only drink fizzy fizz. Oh, oh, throw me a kiss. Belle époque, oh oh. Sweet belle époque, oh oh. La belle. Feeling it too out on the roof, here with you. It all seems so distant. With you, under streetlights right next to the skyline. With you, yeah. I've been a cynic for so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer out of me. 'Cause you look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright.
he kicks it between the Y. That's the only time that's foot and ball.
Oh,
I
mean,
think they
there's
call
other
him
times.
Zakika.
But if
Yeah,
you made a
it's-
leather lemon, then you could just like we could play little football.
And I mean, it's shaped like that so you can throw it better.
Oh, that makes sense. The aerodynamics with the point on the end, on either end,
Yeah.
make it go.
It's designed to spin, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what
Uh,
were you going on about with parents not living their...
Well, she was asking me if humans feed off of adoration, and I was explaining sort of, but only because they're damaged.
I mean,
Now we don't have time to unpack all of that.
she just kind of like looks at Henry to just like gauge her reaction to what the hell just happened.
Everything is alright with you. Under street lights, right next to the skyline. With you. Yeah, you. I've been listening to so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer. I don't make this. You look so pretty.
Watchdog just looks very confused.
But I'm like, Echo can like imitate any of our powers, so then we would have like two of the same power, or she might have the telekinesis and the telephonesis.
Oh, you mean the mind talking thing?
Yeah, the telephonesis.
I don't think it's
Telepathy.
called that.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
that's it.
It would make more sense to be a telephonesis because it's like calling somebody in your brain.
It existed before
It would.
telephones.
It would make much more sense.
Yeah.
It predates telephones.
Oh.
It does, and fairies can have telekinesis. They can't have telephone.
What if they did telekinesis with a telephone?
I think that's just calling someone.
Oh.
Somehow now everything is alright. Everything is alright.
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. Show me life. Show me love. This is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall onto the ground. But I know you will turn it around. Oh, this is all we got. And I know you'll make mistakes, get interference and lose your way. Find the light when it rains. Oh, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got.
Benedict.
My God.
I do love toast.
Patsy?
It's not his jurisdiction.
Oh, what's a jurisdiction?
He's not allowed to practice that kind of law.
Oh. Werewolf law?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
werewolf law.
Werewolf law.
Just stares blankly. And then nods, like, yes, there's
this is-
obviously separate laws for werewolves.
Yeah.
It's
Sylvie
just
looks
no
at
idea.
Watchdog and like mouths, I'll tell you later, while shaking her head.
Yes, werewolf law. Gummy bears are gonna make me sick if I keep eating them.
No, keep doing it. It's fine.
Leave meeting.
No, we just got started again.
Oh,
I'll go take a nap.
No sleep for you.
Gummy bears made me do it.
Rude.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what else do you want to do? Who's next?
Blondie. Blondie's next.
I'm gonna excitedly tell Cynthia that Joe said yes.
Oh, that's good news.
Mhm.
And unexpected news.
Mm-hmm. Who wants to practice first?
That I think makes sense.
Got the junkyard, but without the yelling and the meanness.
That does seem like it would be more productive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good luck. If you guys need anything from me, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You
that's
and
awesome.
Henry can come to the games together, and Elena and Sylvie are gonna be cheerleaders, and
Oh,
it's
boy.
like, and then we can like go out for milkshakes afterwards.
All right. Just 2 football players, 2
Tony-
cheerleaders, and a couple of people in the audience.
Smart
Spectators.
girls.
Couple of chemists.
The brains of our operation.
I am a physicist.
Couple of physicists.
Henry's a chemist. I'm a physicist.
Couple
A
of
physicist and a chemist.
And we're just
Chemist.
like,
Physicist and a
Chemist.
chemist walk in a bar.
A physicist and a
Yeah.
chemist walk into
Have
a
a drink
lab.
together.
Anyways,
chaos ensues. Maybe Tony could join you for no specific reasons.
I'll add all the NPCs.
what?
Mama DeMarco.
Yeah, maybe he could sit with you and Henry in the bleachers for no specific reason other than to support his friend Joe and his sister
You
Roxy.
see, the way you phrase that makes me think there is a specific reason.
What?
What
No.
might that
Okay, I'll tell you, but you have to keep it on lock.
My lips are sealed.
Tony has a giant crush on Sylvie and is going to ask her out.
Don't think that Cynthia's been around enough to pick up on that, probably.
Probably not, but it's really funny if you see it. So
Oh, she's gonna eat him alive.
I think he would
Possibly
be okay with
literally.
that. He might be okay with it. I'm not sure. He's making
Not
her
the worst way to
cookies
go.
because he asked me what kind of flowers she likes, and I was like, maybe get her chocolates. And he was like, find out what kind of cookie. That's why I had to ask you guys all what kind of cookies he wanted. Because he told me to say that my mom was making them, and now I guess my mom is making them.
Hmm.
I feel like he made this
Okay.
very complicated.
I'm not convinced she's into him, but we'll find out, I guess.
She might be. She says no. She
Maybe.
says no.
Might eat him. I did ask her to stop eating people. But... well, sure, Tony can be there.
mean, I'm sure he'd come either way to support his sister. Ooh, you might
Fair.
actually get stuck with my whole family if I'm in the football game.
Oh, I can know how to watch from the shadows. Unseen.
I'm gonna hide.
I am absolutely gonna hide.
All right. Well, I don't know if they'll come to every game. We'll see.
Fair. I hope that they come to support you.
Yeah. My mom always
It'll
brings a
make myself
flask so then
scarce.
you can get drunk.
It's not your mom that I have problems with.
What would you have a problem with?
Every time that Grandpa Les tries to talk to me, I feel the need to leave.
I don't understand that. He's so nice. So insightful. It's like he can stare into your soul and just see you. You know?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh. Why not? I like to feel seen.
There's
I
shit
like
in
the
my
sensation
soul
of-
I don't think people should see or want to see.
Oh, okay.
Demons.
I-
Jim.
Demons, Jim.
Don't look at them. Those are my private demons.
Those are my emotional support demons, okay?
Stop fighting my demons. We're on the same side.
All right. Maybe I'll tell Grandpa Les to just talk to you about the weather or
I
other.
prefer if you just didn't say anything.
Okay. Cool.
He
I'm
provides
doing
valuable
nothing-
service for your family and the community. A service that I want no part of.
Maybe your dad should see him.
That would be hilarious.
Unstoppable force meets immovable object.
You'd never get my dad to agree to it though, so you'd have to find a way to maybe tie him up and lock him in a room with him or something.
We'll just end up bringing Grandpa Les to one of his events.
Oh no.
That's the ultimate prank, Cynthia. We will sick a therapist on him.
That man needs more than therapy.
What do you think he needs?
But-
Lobotomy.
Nice pick to the skull,
Pants.
maybe.
I'll get you one for Christmas.
You were literally. Look,
Look, you can do with
he's
it what
very
you want. I'm
serious
just
about the
saying.
no killing thing. I respect her enough to stick with that.
All right. I'm just saying, whatever you want to do about your dad, I support you.
I mostly want to not think about him.
Okay, we'll stop talking then about him.
Yeah, works for me.
All right. Well, I should probably head out. For Joe's gonna teach me how to, I don't know, football.
There's a disproportionate amount of feet involved for the name of the sport.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of players on the team, and each of them have 2 feet. So, but there's not a lot of like connection with
The
the
ratio
ball.
of foot to ball contact is not
foot
what
to
you'd
ball,
expect from
yeah.
a sport called football.
Do you think the
I
whole
think
team will
that's
hate
what
it
I'm
if I just
saying.
tell them that we need to rename the entire sport Leather Lemons?
Yeah.
David loves that.
Elena pops out. Yes.
I think if
that.
you want to make this team thing as cohesive as possible, you should probably try to not purposefully antagonize them.
Okay. Except for this guy Reyes who doesn't like Joe, and
You
I
can
feel like
antagonize him.
okay.
He's kind of a bitch.
Thanks for making that clear.
But, you know.
Should I
let
smack him on the
Joe-
butt like really hard?
Um,
Go get him, sport.
I want to say yes, but I think I have to say no.
I mean, not hot enough to throw them or nothing, just hot enough to leave a really nice handprint in there.
If you do it, let me know.
Oh, you'll know.
Slap
You'll
the
be able
first
to tell
sound
when he
barrier.
walks away.
For some unknown reason, windows across Halcyon just start to shatter.
The ass slap heard around the world.
Or I could do one of those towel-y things where you like, you know,
Smack him with it.
yeah. They do that, right? Ooh,
Rad too.
I hope they have their own. Will I get my own locker room? I have so many questions, but whatever. I've got to go learn football now.
Have fun.
All right, bye.
Unless you have something specific you want to touch on, Jenna, I don't think we
No.
need to go into the specifics of the scene.
No.
There is a good chunk of Joe just teaching Roxy how the heck football works.
Elena was not invited because she's explaining
that video.
soccer at the same time.
No, they have goals, not
Yep. One Markiplier video.
That Markiplier video.
Uh,
There's a secret team. Football Black Ops. They're shooting the night before a game.
football again.
oh, good lord. But most of what he teaches in regards to like control is a lot of like almost kind of like weak arming things, just to like give the impression that you're as normally strong. And I feel like through the process of this, you would learn that whilst Joe is human, he's actually technically not stronger than a normal human. He's just like stuck at Olympic levels. So
at Olympic levels?
yeah, so it's technically not superpowers, but
It's
also
within normal limits, just on the very, very
Yeah.
high end of them.
Yeah, it's like technically like maximum human capacity, but it's still human.
She's going to try to match that level of athleticism.
Well, the thing is, Joe is still kind of smurfing it in that he's like still trying to play under that limit. But like if he just lets loose in human form, he's basically world-class athlete. He's not trying to be world-class athlete, he's just trying to be like very competent athlete.
Okay. Do I need to roll something for
I don't think we
faking?
need to roll
I
Okay.
mean,
At least not for now.
not during just this Joe and Roxy practice. No.
Okay.
But yeah.
I assume it goes pretty well. Because
Yes.
Roxy learned how much like torque she needed to put on wrenches and things. So she's just applying those lessons to
Despite all of
this.
Joe's worries, if you're able to fix a car without like ripping it in half, you're probably already where you need to be.
Yeah. Actually, it's a little more like the fine tuning is actually a little more. So she like, because the margin of error that you would need to like break or mess up something on a car is like much smaller than what it
He's
is on
actually
a
already
human.
better at it.
Yeah. Ironically, she's better at this than you think. It's just when she's flinging herself off of motorcycles that she, doesn't always have the precision she'd like.
You know what? Yeah, I think at this point, like maybe towards the end of it, Joe would maybe also mention that he's come up with some team combo moves, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And he maybe poses the suggestion that the two of them could work on like mutual combat training so that like we can figure out how each other fights.
Sure. Do you want to try to throw me at something?
It's a possibility.
And then I can try to like land nicely.
Three-point landing.
Maybe I stack some cars up and you throw me at the top of the car, and if I land there and don't knock the entire stack of cars over, then that's like the margin that we're going for.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. You practice ending with just a one bad throw, and Roxy's just like buried half in a car, legs just like sticking out.
Yup.
Sorry.
Combat boots are like waving.
Yeah.
I think that throw was a little off, Joe.
Sorry, you're a bit heavier than a big skin. Ugh, jeez.
Not by a ton.
Okay.
But yeah, unless you got more with that, I'm
No,
good there.
that was just the funny thing that we would leave them on is
Yep.
Roxy's legs, like just kicking out with like combat boots on and like shorts.
Here it becomes very evident that while Joe is smarter than Roxy, it's not by much.
What?
Sometimes she's smart. When things click for her, they click for her, but like when it takes a minute.
Joe's got like trivia knowledge, you've got like emotional knowledge, and yours is
Yeah.
like way more useful.
Mhm. She can move around in the world enough.
Meanwhile, Cynthia's fending off therapists with a chair.
Bertram is Grandpa Les.
You're not wrong.
These are perfectly nice old men, and they're both terrified of them for no
For
rational
different
reason.
reasons.
I feel like it's been a hot minute since Maria's gotten a scene here.
Yeah.
Cheerleader
Cheerleader.
Yeah, are there cheer
Tryouts?
tryouts?
Yeah,
I mean, do we
there'll
want to
be cheer
do like
tryouts.
class registration and then tryouts?
We
Yeah.
could. We
Cheer
could.
outfit.
Because like class registration would be like an everybody thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tryouts and then registration.
Cheer tryouts are held in the gym, and as you arrive, there are the veteran members who are helping to organize the tryouts and in positions to do demonstrations and typical like short routines and moves for you to replicate. There are lots of mats on the floor ready and waiting, and some pom-poms that you can take, but there's a nice group of hopefuls who are there for tryouts, and everyone seems really welcoming and nice.
It seems simple enough.
No help.
Just kind of imagining it kind of goes with the learning how to fight without powers.
Mhm.
Instead, I'm learning how to acrobat without powers.
Mhm.
That's going to be an effective combo with your powers, being able to actually be acrobatic with them
There's-
turned off.
It starts with at least the tryouts are very simplistic in a lot of just like clapping routines and doing, what's it called? A few jumps and
Humbling.
like probably the most extreme tumbling you get into are cartwheels and roundoffs. Maybe there's some handstands and stuff, but they're not going into any of the like backflips or anything here. They don't expect you to learn how to do a backflip in the span of an hour. So
Sure.
that'll be something they'll train properly on if you make the team. How does, I guess, would Elena have experience doing cartwheels and stuff? How good would she be at it?
Maybe if we're just like goofing around in the base or something, but she would be using her powers. She's probably not very good at keeping her balance without the ability to correct herself.
So there's
So-
some wobbly handstands.
Wobbly handstands. She's good at the somersaults because you're on the ground for that one. The dance choreography is pretty solid. She's got like the good strong arms.
Okay. What about her cheers? Is she very vocal? Does she know how to project?
Yeah, but she mispronounces things
I love
on
it.
purpose because of the accent.
Who knows?
Who's to say?
Okay.
I mean, Jenna
Go
thinks it's on
seagulls.
purpose because Maria
Rah,
would do
rah,
that.
rah. We love you, birds. Every now and then she'll ask me, it's like, see, we do these at the football games that aren't the football games with the lemon ball, right? We don't do these at, you call them soccer. We don't do them at the soccer games. We do this at the American football games.
Lemon ball game.
Yeah, lemon ball game.
The leather lemon
Do
game.
these at the
Oh,
we'll do these
okay.
at the football games, sometimes the baseball games, basketball games. Pretty much covers most of it.
Oh, I didn't know they had cheerleaders for baseball.
We support the teams we can. It's more common during football and basketball, though.
Good to know. Good to know.
You're definitely not the worst person at the tryouts, though. There's
Good.
a couple people who can't really do a handstand.
Couple people getting distracted by Sylvie in the other corner.
I was gonna say, hey, she's somewhere crushing this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she
Oh, yeah.
messed up everybody else's routine so that Elena could make it.
If Elena didn't glow, if I didn't decide that she'd glue when she used her powers, I did that to myself.
I have
Yeah,
the thought,
and I'm here
I don't
for it.
know if, I don't know if they necessarily would have the same restriction against powers in the cheer squad. So maybe if you do
Depends
that,
on
that's
if
like
they're
a
competitive or not.
bonus.
I don't know if competitive cheer is a thing in the 50s,
yeah.
though.
I don't
It
think
can
so
be.
because they're. I don't think so because their regular cheer stuff was really tame. They didn't do. I'm pretty sure they didn't do a lot of the
It wasn't big until like
acrobatics and tumbling.
80s and 90s.
Yeah,
Mhm.
more so just pom poms and stuff.
Yeah.
Since they had the long skirts. But yeah, the tryouts wrap up, and the coach thanks everyone for coming and says that the new posting, like new members, there will be a sheet on the bulletin board in the next week of who made the cut. And so you can come back then, fast forward a week later, and come check the roster. That's the word I'm looking for, the roster. And you and Sylvie did make the team along with most of the other girls who were trying out.
Woohoo!
It was not as cutthroat back then, since they're actually like, yeah, we can teach people how to do this instead of expecting you to know how to do everything.
This was the age before Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a adult coach? Adult coach, not just like
An
a
adult here.
student coach.
Yes, there's an actual non-student coach. There's probably a coach who's been doing this a while, who's conscripted by the university, and then another assistant coach. Conscripted, yes.
Yes.
And then another assistant coach who is a professor at the university to help. So we have both sides.
Are there rules about using powers if you are capable? I know, I think like the football team, because it's competitive, you cannot be superpower.
Not for general cheering on the sidelines, as long as they're not interfering with the gameplay.
I will remember that, thank
If
you.
there is concern or evidence that you have powers that can affect members of the opposing team, that is
Make them way more.
Make them all
that is a
slower.
problem.
It's obvious when she does it, but nobody knows where it's going.
But depending on the result,
And you just
Elena thinking about how she can shenanigans things.
Like if she does it at a game and somebody messes up a play, like she's glowing. Is she messing with the football team?
Or is she
Yeah.
correcting her handstand? Nobody knows.
Is she making that girl in the air do more flips?
She's been up there for a minute.
I think she passed out at the 30-second mark.
Oh boy.
Someone get me down.
You try it with someone else and they start getting nauseous, and then it's like, oh no, she's gonna
They're
blow.
spinning vomit on the sideline.
No.
And Joe is just in the background like,
Invite the girls to
Oh.
the games. This will be fun, they said.
And there we cannot make
the girls invited
modifications to
themselves.
the uniform, right? Because my mother likes to add sequins to everything. I don't want sequins all over everything.
Tell me more.
Oh no. She'll take out a card and just hand it to her.
Damn.
Very talented seamstress.
Our
What have I
costumes
done?
could do with some updating.
A little too fond of sequins.
Talented seamstress. Very deep
Siegel
pockets.
University is gonna have be the first university with the more modernized cheer costume.
The fanciest cheer costumes.
Yeah.
The most glittery
Like-
pom poms.
as if
Yeah.
the team wasn't
It's like, those
drooling
are not
over
rhinestones.
everyone already.
Gonna
Gotta put him in like the equivalent of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
have the big bows.
They'll be like longer skirts, except for Sylvie's. For some reason, it just keeps shrinking. I don't know.
Why
shrinking, getting
does
tighter.
that one have the shortest skirt I've ever seen?
It's
At what point does
practically
that not qualify as
underwear.
a skirt?
At least there's spanky pants under there.
She'll collect all her appropriate information and head to the, I don't know, registrar's office, I guess.
Okay.
Class time.
Yes. Class picking classes is done in the administration building because there are no computers. It's basically like a Black Friday brawl for people trying to get signed up for what they need.
Punch somebody for my
Lined up
classes.
hours before the building actually opens and you can get registered.
Roxy just crawls beneath the crowd's legs, like to get to the front, just like butts her way in to sign up everybody for their classes.
I feel like the
Excuse me,
football
coming
team's got.
through.
I feel like the football team's got like a prearranged thing where they sort of like leapfrog each other forward in the line, like they're coordinated with it.
You're not the only people with strategy.
Yeah.
You gotta be in this day and age.
Sylvie's in the back, just pheromoning, so everybody goes towards her. So
Just
that when
distraction.
get to the front.
Probably not. That's a major distraction.
A couple people start like walking around a little dazed like zombies. It's an opening. Let's
Disney.
go.
God.
But yeah,
what
what
sorts
is
of classes do you take? Just whatever?
Well, I was.
It depends on your major.
To decide today?
I think I have to take a general classes first, right?
Like military strategy general?
You might
don't-
be able to find
I
one
mean-
on that.
you can sprinkle your gen eds in with your other like major
With your-
requirements.
I was
Lieutenant
gonna take a
classes.
psychology class, and I was gonna take a like an intro engineering class, and I was gonna take a journalism class to see if I like that one, and then maybe a criminology class.
Oh, journalism sounds fun. I will try and sign up with that.
Yeah,
You can get into all the intro and like 101 classes.
yeah. She just wants to try all of the things that she potentially might like.
Yeah. And then narrow it down. from there.
Journalism.
And then after picking them all, immediately realizes she's gonna have to reschedule because like 90%
all-
of them are during her work hours.
No, she told Tony she's leaving.
No?
Like not leaving, but
Week-
like gonna go
weekend work.
part time. Yeah,
All right.
Evenings and
Except on
weekends.
Football
yeah.
practice.
I definitely think Joe shows up with Henry and has like a written list from her because otherwise he's just like,
This sounds fun.
Yep.
This sounds fun.
Marry that girl.
I feel like she just shows up and is like, I cross-reference your football practices
Yep.
and all of your requirements for the semester. Here you go.
Like she is already ready, and Joe is just like, "Thank you."
Hers is a little harder because she sits down. She's like, I want to take these 3 science classes that are all at conflicting times. Which one do I pick?
Learn to time travel.
Mhm.
That one's got more letters in it.
That's not a good basis for picking which class I want to take, Joe.
I don't know what any of them are.
I mean, that's not much different than what Roxy would do. She'd say, tell me each one of them, and then be like, that one sounds the coolest.
Well, I should keep them all in case one of them fills up. Plus, I really hope this one doesn't, though, because the lab work will be fantastic. Okay. And she's just like muttering to herself, looking at, comparing what buildings they're in and what times they are, and
You want me to
how
talk to some of the
many
team?
credits she can reasonably squeeze into one semester.
You want me to talk to some guys on the team? Could probably get one of them to pull the spot for you if you want me to.
She debates it for a minute, but is like, no, I shouldn't.
You could though.
She like smacks you on the arm and says, no, shush, shush.
All right, all right.
I feel like this is probably, class registration is one of the times she's like most intense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I very much picture her as like a Hermione-esque character where she's just like, yes, school.
Yeah. Learning.
Laser focus.
I
Hey,
feel like-
Henry, you want to take a Taekwondo physical education class with me?
She stops. What time?
Roxy like names off her random 8 a.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays.
She double checks her schedule, frowns, and then opens like the course listing book and
Got, like,
frantically
3
like
books, all of them, like-
cross-references everything. And there's like, if you get a glimpse at this thing, there's probably little post-it tabs marking the different
Mhm.
pages, and there's like underlining and highlighting and notes in the margins.
You're so detailed. That's so great.
The Diary of a Mad Woman.
This is her
guess.
corkboard and red string.
They're supposed to be offering this one next semester.
Oh my god.
Are we doing
If it's gonna mess up your whole schedule, you can just say no.
No, I'll do it.
All right, let's take Taekwondo together.
group Taekwondo?
Yeah, you could take Taekwondo. I think Sylvie would like to take Taekwondo. And if Cynthia wants to take Taekwondo, I just like
If
to say Taekwondo, if I'm being honest.
If I take it and the instructor's subpar and then my hand-to-hand teacher finds out about it, she's gonna laugh at me. So no.
All right.
They have fencing. You could take fencing.
Yeah, you could take fencing.
I could.
You'd look really hot with a sword.
Thank you. Cynthia holds a list in the handwriting's not neat, but she says, I figured it out before I showed up. Tried to avoid the rush. I've already got my schedule down.
Sweet.
Journalism, Taekwondo, astronomy introduction. And I'm going to try and test out the foreign languages.
Yeah.
But I guess I could learn a new one, but once you already have 2, it's just kind of
I was gonna take sign language if I have to take a language.
learn
But I'll do
French,
that
but
later.
fuck with this French.
You'd be really hot speaking French. Puts French on the list.
I feel like Joe's just quiet because I feel like that's the class he attempted to take as foreign language and it just.
French.
Oh my
Do you need to take sign language with me next semester, Joe?
I think I already got my language.
I'm really good with my hands, so.
Joe's
What
got, like,
language did you take?
I think I passed French. I did all the extra credit.
Did you do the regular work?
Most of it.
Joe, you're supposed to do the work.
I mean, I tried, but
You know
I
you
don't-
can't go below a C average if you want to stay on the football team, right?
Yes, I. How do you know that?
All about this.
Weaponized.
All
no.
of a sudden, Roxy's
Henry's
face
head.
more than your mom.
Henry's head whips around and she's like, someone else can keep Joe accountable for his grades.
This is the best.
Oh,
Poor Joe.
Roxy's lecturing Joe about school.
I feel like as soon as this conversation starts, Henry just like slips into the ground and disappears.
So I can take a break.
I do.
She
feel
may throw a
like-
couple
Then
elbows
Reyes
as
will
she
be
makes
the
her way to
quarterback,
front
and
of the
then you-
crowd.
And then your worst fear will come true. So you got to do good in school, Joe. Otherwise, Reyes wins.
I
Who's
know.
Reyes?
His
Ugh,
arch nemesis.
I do not have an
Oh,
arch nemesis,
exciting.
and it's not Reyes.
Yeah, he's got an arch nemesis. I guess Reyes isn't very nice to him, and I'm allowed to be mean to Reyes.
I did not. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
We could
I
ruin
didn't
his
ask your
life.
permission.
That's very easy.
I got permission from somewhere
No.
else. It's
You
fine.
just start spreading some rumors and then
Who
Yeah.
gave you? And then Joe just like whips around with a huge frown to Cynthia.
I don't know. It some it
Cynthia just waves.
Some
That could be
I
hilarious.
imagine that Cynthia got her schedule out of the way first and is just like leaned up against one of the walls.
And
At
Basking in
this
the chaos.
point, Henry has like made her way to the front and gotten registered, so she just comes over and like joins Cynthia.
Cynthia gets popcorn out of nowhere.
What'd you end up deciding on?
Me?
Talking to Henry. For because Henry was deciding
It's
to
like,
science
what?
classes.
Mhm.
I'm still fighting with Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks down at her schedule and says, I'm taking advanced microbiology. It's got extended
Okay.
laboratory work, so the more time I can spend in the lab, you know?
I get that. Well, I'm glad you got in.
It was close.
Glad you made it.
I did. I cut off Stan before he could take the last spot, so he'll
Had
just
it coming.
Hey, happens when a lot of our classes overlap, so you can deal with it.
Fair enough. Cynthia turns back to watching the squabbling going on.
As
It's very
Joe's
sibling
just
rivalry.
desperately trying to convince these two that he did not, in fact, give permission to torment Reyes.
And Roxy's explaining that she didn't need his permission, that she got permission from other places.
which one is Reyes?
I'll point him out
tell
next
you.
time at
No, you're not.
what?
And I feel like, given the whole
Oh, it'll be on
conversation
the
that-
back of his jersey at the game. You'll be able
Oh
to
yeah,
find
and I will be at
Ugh.
the game. I've made
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cheer
you'll be
squad.
able to find him.
I feel like Joe, after hearing the whole conversation about joining Taekwondo, probably tries to sign up too.
Oh.
Is it full? Oh, that's so sweet. Joe wants to do stuff with us.
I'm gonna roll a die.
Lena doesn't know Joe.
Left
about-
fade decide.
My hands just look huge in this. position.
Evens, it's full.
That's mine.
Odds, you can get in. Odds, I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Joe can get
Alright.
into. Taekwondo.
Taekwondo.
Yes.
That's what his name is now.
Taekwondo.
Well, at least you could probably pass Taekwondo, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, I throw around guys my weight anyway.
Yeah, I feel like you should be. This will be right up your alley.
Meanwhile, Joe's just silently thinking, I'm gonna have to move one of the practices. Because one of them was definitely on Mondays.
At 8?
Yeah.
He's getting up at like 7 in the morning. What do you think?
Yeah.
It
They
is?
do like before and after and shit.
I thought they did after school practices.
It depends.
He's the quarterback. He needs to be at all the practices.
Because some of them are just like your string or your whatever,
Oh,
your line.
But Joe needs to be in charge of all the lines.
I feel like you don't need to be in charge of the defense practice, but okay.
That's fair.
You just like to be in charge.
I was about to say, but
It's
that being
fine.
said, he probably still shows up.
It's
Of
fine.
course he does.
We all have our issues with control sometimes.
I'm just calling out his personal problems in the registration.
She was trying to normalize it, but she's not very subtle.
Roxy,
But yeah,
subtle.
aside from that, Joe just like follows the schedule Henry put together for him.
All
and
right.
just hopes that adding that doesn't screw it up too much.
Roxy said, "Hi, Reyes."
To point him out to Elena.
Elena will clock him and just like a nice little finger wave.
Oh my
Out
god.
of
He-
curiosity, how does he react to them?
He has his papers in his hands and just kind of like pauses and looks at the two of them and like squints a little bit and just gives a small wave before going like around the opposite, like getting some distance and going around the opposite side of the crowd in the admin building so he can sign up for his classes.
Because he's got no idea who the two of you are.
Yep.
Nope.
I see he saw us at the practice, but at this point,
There's
that might have been months ago.
there's recognition, but he's just like, I don't know these people. Why are they?
Why are you talking to me?
Yeah, why are they saying hi to me? Suspicion.
Joe's behind it.
Oh my god. Somehow.
Plotting.
I was about to say, if he does look back, he probably sees Joe like grabbing Roxy's hand, just being like, "Come on,
Stop it.
all right."
Okay.
Football practice or football tryouts?
Oh God.
If you want to try out, yeah, there are
Elena
tryouts are
wants
set up
to
for
watch.
a couple
Alea.
before classes start. There are a lot of just new freshmen who are interested. Well, some returning ones who are still trying to, have the hope of getting involved at least one year.
Mhm.
But a gaggle of new students who want to join. And I imagine they're kind of in their practice gear and joking and hanging out while they try and shake off some of the anxiety and nerves before tryouts start. Not the whole team isn't required to be in attendance, but volunteers are definitely asked for to help with like oversee the drills and run demonstrations of what's expected. I'm sure Joe is.
Oh yeah, he's like
Definitely there.
Oleander's right hand man
Yeah.
during all of this.
Yep. And I think while everyone's trying to shake off some of the work, the nerves and doing like warm ups and some light jogging, that Roxy just shows up and a few people just like, what?
And she's woefully like she's wearing cutoff jean shorts because they don't make the leggings in her, like she has to special order those, so she couldn't like get them from like whatever. And she's got like shoulder pads, but like with like a Harley Davidson like tank top under it and baseball cleats. and a helmet.
A baseball helmet?
No, she borrowed Tony's football helmet.
Oh my god.
So it's like huge on her. Really looks like a bobblehead.
Yeah.
Cynthia's just quietly face bombing.
Okay.
But to say, I feel like
Go
the rest of the
Roxy.
team's in the
Pom-poms.
stands, and then Joe's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not everyone comes to watch, but
Hi,
A lot
I'm
of
here to
them do
try
just-
out. I'm Roxy.
Coach Oleander looks down at you and says, "Here to try out for the football team, okay?
Yeah.
Have you played before?
No.
Okay.
I've played baseball.
Oh my god.
But I'm really good at stuff.
What
I'm
kind of
really good at stuff.
Throwing,
I'm
catching,
gonna-
jumping,
Put that on my qualifications for the next thing I have to apply for.
stuff?
maneuvering, dancing in behind the line thing, pushing the heavy stuff, doing things and stuff, you know.
Doing things and stuff.
Stuff and things.
I was a pitcher in baseball.
Okay.
Only the most relevant of statements.
He looks down at his clipboard and taps his pencil against it for a few moments, obviously thinking. Sure, you can try out. Go line up with the rest of the guys.
She does, and she's just like a foot and a half shorter than the rest of them. It's comical.
A couple of them, as you're heading over, probably do a little awkward wave, but
Oh my god.
none of them are really sure what
She's
to say.
enthusiastically waiting to.
I feel
All
like
right.
Joe's standing at attention, but he just has this tired look on his face. And he eventually like finds Cynthia in the crowd, and it's just like,
Elena
Your
shakes
problem
her
now.
pom-poms at him.
And then tryouts begin. And Coach Oleander will start calling for drills and demonstrations from the experienced members of the team. So, let me think, because I feel like there should be some sort of role for this.
Yeah, I just don't know what it would be
Yeah.
for the life of me.
I feel like this would weirdly be an unleash your powers, but in like the opposite direction.
Unleash your
Subtly
powers.
unleash your powers.
Yeah,
Roll
Unleash
to
your
suppress
powers.
your powers.
like
actually-
roll minus freak.
Let me
Mundane, maybe.
hang on. I may
Custom move.
make
Easier?
something up on the fly
Custom.
right now.
Oh.
Our first instance of a custom move.
In the span of 30 seconds. Let's go. How fast can I think?
If I may suggest a basis, I do have mild mannered, so it could be something like that, maybe.
Let me.
Sort of convince everybody your normal move.
Sure, we could probably do something similar. I will. Yeah, mundane seems like the best.
That's what I was
You know,
thinking.
So
How mundane can I act?
yeah, go ahead and roll with mundane.
So that is a 10. I got 6
Wow.
plus 2, and I
Right.
believe one of you switched my mundane up. So now it's plus 2.
All right.
All right.
So that is
My mundane
no matter
is-
how you look at it, a full success.
Mhm.
And what
Maybe
I don't
not.
know,
For
how do
Joe,
how do
but-
you envision this just kind of going for Roxy?
So like I imagine that she's performing at a level that like she's trying to imitate like Joe's level of athleticism. So like she seems abnormally like for a small person, but it's not like that's not like impossible.
It's not impossible.
Right. Like for like so it's not like extraordinary. It's just
It's a high level.
Extraordinary.
yeah. But like she like falls down when she's supposed to when they tackle her. Maybe if like they grab her, like like when the wide receiver's trying to see, I know more about football than Roxy's supposed to.
That's
is,
fine. You're
like,
just using it to describe
like
what's
running the
happening.
ball and like people are trying to like tackle them. Like I feel like she can go just a little bit with like one or two of the guys like holding on to her, like trying to tackle her, but like she's not like. It's not out of the ordinary. Like if they were like trying to grab at her, like but she's smaller, so she's using that to be able to maneuver around these giants.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of them falling into old habits will go to either try and grab you or tackle you, but they're just not used to working with someone who's so small, so they just whiff. Basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I also think that probably at the beginning of the tryouts, this is new territory, so a lot of them are a little more conservative and hesitant to interact with you. But then, after probably someone maybe accidentally just like getting into it a little too much, tackles you plows into you and tackles you the first time, and then everyone stops and is like, oh God. But then you get up and it's
right.
No big deal.
No
and it's fine.
problem.
And then I think this guy also gets up and is just like, you good?
Yeah. You good?
Yeah.
Cool.
On the sidelines, Joe just kind of goes, "Ugh."
I think he also hesitantly like holds out his hand for like a high five or a fist bump from you.
She'll high five him.
And then he just like after that he just kind of like nods and will give you a nice like light slap on the shoulder, kind of getting in like how he would interact with the other guys, and
Yeah.
that really helps to start break down the barrier a little bit. And Coach O'Lander's just scribbling away on his clipboard.
Meanwhile, it looks like Joe is just sweating from the heat. In reality, he is so
God.
nervous.
But yeah, she's not like abnormal, but she's pretty good at like stuff. So she's like, trying to hit that above average, which is probably really good for somebody her size and everything, but not like not possible
Unfeasible.
for a human. Yeah.
Okay. I think eventually everything wraps up and Coach Oleander has everyone circle up. It says, thanks everyone for coming out today. I've seen a lot of good stuff and I'll be making some notes and should have the roster of new members of the team posted next week. Feel free to run some cooldowns, do some stretches, get some water, and you're welcome to use the showers and get cleaned up before heading out.
Okay, thanks. This was fun. She's like too enthusiastic.
I feel like as a good.
Do you, Roxy, like stretch with the other guys or do
Yeah.
cooldowns, or are you just like, nah, I'm done, I'm good?
No, she stretches and stuff.
Okay.
She's doing Cynthia's yoga poses.
I think a few of the guys stop and are just like, what is going on here? And then someone is just like, can you show me like how to do that? Like, what are you doing? What
This
is
one's
that?
called the Downward Dog.
Elena
Next
will
one
work on
is
tumbling
Warrior
with Sylvie.
2. It's just like
I feel like you know how to do plow pose, and he's just like, what is? He's trying to like turn and like look you straight in the eye, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. She's got the team doing yoga. It's amazing.
Cynthia's laughing.
Joe just kind of like watches a bit from the sidelines and just like, and then sort of like turns back to Oleander. So, don't suppose I can learn who we're thinking here? I mean, I've got my picks. You're the coach.
I'm interested to hear your initial observation.
Well, Stewart and McGregor, those two freshmen, they were doing pretty good. Roxy was something. To be honest, I didn't really expect her to do that well. I know her. I'm friends with her brother.
I gathered you had some familiarity, considering she was in that group that came to watch practice a few weeks back.
Sorry about that. I didn't. They're mostly Roxy's friends. You know, obviously, Henry's my girl, but most of them came with Roxy.
All right.
They all signed up for classes. Joe doesn't really bother hiding from the coach that he's just like, God, here we go.
I'm in agony. Help me.
Coach Oleander pats you on the shoulder and says, go ahead and head out. You look like you could probably get cleaned up too.
Yeah.
He's barely moved and he's just like, there's sweat. His
Yep.
shirt's like soaked.
Pretty much. And Joe will go do his cool downs. Does not participate in the impromptu yoga session.
Elena participates.
Yes.
Good stretching for tumbling.
Coach Oleander stays by the sidelines and just waits until all of this finishes and everyone disperses before he heads back inside to his office to make some decisions.
There's a solid few minutes as Joe's just like sitting in the shower, ostensibly getting cleaned off, but also like thinking, should I stay and like try to spy on what he decides? What if he actually picks Roxy? Oh God. It's like nervous internal monologue.
You could always ask the telepath.
Doesn't really think of that. Is Cynthia gonna see what's going on before it happens?
With who gets picked?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she'll take a look.
It's a lot of like positioning and like play statistics about running through, basically get a movie reel of just like what if scenarios of put this guy in this position and replaying some of the things that happened during the drills. And there are like mental flashes of running through things with a very short woman there. So it is not out
Cynthia
of the
kinda
question.
Smiles a little. Let's see where this goes.
doesn't. There's definitely like compiling a bit of a list, but nothing super concrete yet.
That's fair.
So this is a big decision.
I feel like this night is the night that Joe would ask out Tony to a perhaps a little
Throwdown.
too extravagant dinner, but like he needs to
Aw.
de-stress and also wants to start making things up with her. And this is probably around registration
Did you
time.
say Tony or
Yeah,
Henry?
I
I
think
said
meant-
Tony.
I
Henry.
I was real
I was
confused
like,
for a
sorry,
second
it's
there.
late.
have
I thought it was a
so-
bro down.
Yeah.
So very many. I thought it was bro day.
It's late.
And-
It's late, okay? It's late. That
No,
was my
first
mistake.
you
Maybe it's
said-
valid.
when you said it first, I'm gonna ask Tony out. I was gonna say, are you sneaking out or is this like a scheduled event? And then you went on to a fancy dinner. I was like, wait, this is not going.
I meant Henry. I
was
meant
also-
Henry.
I was like, well,
Lord.
maybe he wants his
Henry.
bro.
I got some brain fog.
Okay.
It's funnier if you asked Tony to a
I
fancy
asked
dinner
Henry out.
to make up for being
Okay.
into his sister.
The scene with Tony's coming later. Like
Okay, okay.
Or Joe and Tony go out to like an all-you-can-eat barbecue or something and
Mhm.
Clean the
make
place
bank.
out.
Yeah, they clean it out.
Yes.
But yes, I do feel like Joe asked Henry out for a date this evening, both to de-stress himself, help her relax after registration, and also to hand over the communicator.
Okay.
And this may be a touch of a stretch, but I feel like he kind of rolls out all the bells and whistles in an effort to get some easy relief from all the stress that's been recently forming in his life. And if you'll allow it to qualify, I'd like to clear hopeless with that. 'Cause
Hmm.
I've had so many conditions marked for so long, I need to start getting rid of these darn things.
So basically,
Just a night spoiling her, because that's what he likes to do.
I just imagine it's not just like normal spoiling her, but it's one of those money is no object where you're just
Oh, yeah.
you don't even pay attention to the dollar amount.
Yep.
It's just like, yeah, put it on the card. Well, there's no card. Put it in the checkbook.
Yep.
Write it on the check.
Just
And weirdly, Elena and Roxy and Cynthia walk. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I'll
Cynthia has gone to scope out various labs in the physics department.
Ooh. You can clear hopeless by racking up quite a bill.
Yep. But that's what Joe likes to do. The people he likes. He likes to spoil them. This plot twist, I actually know what Joe's love language is, and it is gift giving.
Giving or receiving?
Shocking.
Giving.
That's
His receiving love language is actually different.
what?
That's a thing. You can have like a different
His
giving and
receiving love language is different.
Mm-hmm.
What's his receiving love language?
That I'm not gonna tell you.
Affirmations. Words of affirmation. Yep.
Maybe. I don't know.
Did
Nailed
you just say
it.
you do now?
Okay.
But yes,
Roxy's like,
there-
why pick one?
There is a scene I want to have with Tony that we had discussed earlier, Charlie, but I figured we'd save that for the end since that might reveal a few things.
Okay. Did you want to do anything in depth with Henry? Or just lay out the scene?
Yeah, just like a general scene, unless you want to do something specific with it.
I didn't have anything in mind.
Yeah.
The
But just
montage is
a night
for
on the
y'all.
town, just like dinner, shopping trip, maybe like they go to a play or something.
Okay.
Triple date?
I feel like, what would you initially suggest for shopping?
Since it is the beginning of the semester and Joe knows her, he's probably like, let's go find like a nice new like book bag or backpack or something, and then it just sort of spirals from there of just like buying all of the extremely nice supplies. Maybe gets her like a recorder for notes or something.
A little tape recorder?
Yeah.
I
mini phone.
I imagine that at one, like in the area of buying all the supplies, you start to walk past a bookstore and she's just like face up against the glass. Books.
Go pick out a few dozen.
And he's strong enough to carry them all.
Yep. I can't imagine like Joe's willingly become like the bag carrier in the situation. He's just got like arms full of bags and he's just like, yeah, I'm strong for my girlfriend.
Oh no. Okay.
Probably
And then you
walk
have to
out with,
like
a whole
reserve
box
the
set.
entire coat check when you go to the play because
Yep.
too much stuff.
He tips generously.
And they appreciate it. Okay.
It's a night of resettling together, I guess would be a good way to put it. Just all the drama of recent days, just finally a nice time to relax together.
Okay.
Meanwhile, let's have the most awkward three-way date ever.
Before, one of the things that Cynthia did when she was on campus and poking around the physics department was, so sometimes you can take a class that you don't technically meet the requirements for by getting permission from whoever's teaching it. So she was perhaps throwing Catherine's name around a little bit to try and skip the intro courses that she already knows that she would be bored by.
Oh my god.
Trying to skip freshman year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with that and just like generally being like, I work at this lab. They're just like, yeah,
It's
sure,
like,
why not?
you want my references?
Yes.
It starts.
I'm not
with
gonna
the head
check
of the
them, but
company and
yes.
goes down from there.
Just like hands it over and it's like, oh, you work for her.
You're hired. I mean, admitted. I mean, shit.
Can you get her
Tell
autograph?
Catherine I'm
I do like the idea of like one member of like the physics department is like, can I get an autograph?
Fangirling
God,
super
please.
hard on.
Cynthia would absolutely bring that request to Catherine just to see Catherine's like,
Fuck.
At some point, Roxy does call Joe on the communicator to ask him about the dating protocol manual.
Let me get my prop here. A what?
Cynthia said I had to ask you. I should ask you. She didn't say I had to. She said I should ask you about the dating protocol manual.
That's not a thing as far as I know.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
You probably should have read it. Then maybe Henry wouldn't have been mad at you that one time.
But hang on.
Hold on now.
We just had a bit of a misunderstanding. That wasn't anything like that bad, but I mean,
Well, I don't know. I feel
You-
like I would have been very mad at you, but that's fine.
do you need dating advice? I can give you that.
I'm not sure. Now that I'm thinking about it. You know what? Yeah. Hit me with your best dating advice.
All right. Well, I mean, first of all, who are you going on a date with?
Cynthia and Elena.
Both of them?
Yeah. Yes.
At the same time?
I
Yes.
was literally about to say.
I think you broke him.
Okay.
It was very awkward. I've never asked anybody out, but I asked them both out and told them that we were all going on the date together. And everybody said yes. And yeah.
Okay, so this is like a girlfriend date thing, right?
What?
You know, by like girls will go off and do their own thing.
No,
sometimes?
no. This is a romantic date. Like, I want to kiss both of them.
And you ask them at the same time?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Right now, Joe is just sitting here thinking to himself, what kind of mad game does this girl have?
You just be so incredibly awkward that they're like, yes, because we have to end this conversation now. You just be so adorable that like people are like, oh, I can't say no. I want her to be sad.
God forbid she's sad.
Okay, well, in that case, I mean, usually when you ask somebody on a date, you want to do something that they like, especially if you asked. So, I mean, is there something they both like?
Yeah, they both like food and they like,
Dinner's always a good option.
yeah. But I was thinking maybe like a beach picnic.
Do they both like picnics or the beach?
Everybody likes the beach.
Yeah, I'm not too big a fan of it.
What?
Everybody likes the beach.
Well,
I
you're
don't-
wrong.
Yeah.
Joe, what is there not to like about the beach? But I'm also just gonna ask them. I feel like it doesn't have to be as complicated as you made it. I'm just gonna ask them what they would like to do, and then we'll do that.
That's what you should do when you ask them on a date. What have you been doing?
Well, I mean, like I asked Elena in her dream.
What?
This keeps getting funnier and funnier every time.
Hang on, did you just dream that you asked her out? Did you like actually ask her? Or...
No. So
Oh my
what I
gosh.
did was I went to sleep and I was thinking really hard about being in Elena's dreams. Okay. And then I was in Elena's dream and we were in the Mexican restaurant that she bought that one night when y'all were fighting over the check and she won that dominance battle.
She won.
And then I was transparent and everybody wasn't. But I've been in her dream before. Like when she was away and we didn't know where she was, like I was asleep, but
Right.
like I was calling for her and I was in her dream. So I wanted to try it again to see if I could be in her dream again. And I was in her dream. Roxy's explanation of astral projection.
Okay,
plus.
so, but like, you actually confirmed with her that, like,
Yeah.
she also dreamt that, right?
Yeah, Cynthia
I
made me
guess.
call her the next day to make sure that that was not just my dream.
Okay, and they both
About
like
being in her dream.
they both know that you asked both of them out.
Yeah, I'm very transparent.
In dreams.
Okay.
I was literally transparent in the dream.
God.
Okay. Christ wept. Okay.
You know, Joe, not all relationships are the same. Sometimes you
I'm
can
gathering.
love more than one person at once, and you can all just be in love and be happy together, and it doesn't matter what your gender is.
Sure. You realize that like the only date guide I know is generally a one-on-one thing, right?
Oh, maybe you're not the person to ask. Maybe I'll call Tony.
I'm thinking that might be the case. 'Cause- Rox, what the hell?
What?
You
I love them both.
I got that, but you asked her out in her dream.
Yeah, I wanted to see if it would work. And
What
then
did you do to ask Cynthia out?
the next morning at breakfast.
Oh, you just talked to her.
Well, yeah, I've never been in Cynthia's dream before, but I think Cynthia's going to make me try to go in her dream because she's very fascinated by it. Oh, okay, maybe not.
Not
Of
her
course she is.
dreams.
She's gonna
Maybe other people.
Joe's dream. And
Like,
Roxy's
I
gonna
need
be like,
you.
no. Let me
Like, I need
out.
you to creep on other people.
Listen, Rox, I'm happy for you, I guess. It just that's a lot.
Why?
That's a really weird way to ask, and this is a really weird setup for a romantic date, at least from my angle here.
Well,
But
maybe you're just not creative enough with your love life, Joe.
Got him?
I don't know about. Hang on. I don't know about that.
I like to color outside the lines, Joe.
I'm gathering that. But okay, let's just take a step back here. Like, it's two people, yeah, but I mean, it can't be that much different, I guess, and goals the same effectively. Okay.
Wait, what? There's goals? Do we have to have goals? Do they have to be like the smart goals that like Grandpa Les talks about sometimes?
I don't think it's going to be the same goals that your
Okay.
grandfather talks about. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Unless you've got a really open grandfather.
Wait, what are you talking about, Joe?
You said you wanted this to be a romantic date, didn't you?
Yeah. What's
Where
the goal of the romantic date?
Rox,
To have fun.
I mean, you know, when two people love each other very much,
yeah, they go on dates.
yeah, and do you know what generally happens after the date?
You go home.
And what do you do at home?
Kiss them goodbye. Oh, yeah, me and Cynthia do live together. And I'm pretty sure we're moving into the same room because I'm afraid somebody will kill her in the middle of the night. It's another story.
Hang on, what?
Whole suitcase to unpack there.
No, we don't have time to unpack all of that.
I'm dying.
What?
Jesus.
It is just like a
Ran out of
clown
gummy
scarf of
bears.
issues.
The clown scarf of issues.
You kiss them goodbye and then you go home, right? That's what happens after the first date. What did you do after your first date?
Well, I mean that, but like generally there's another date after that and a few more, and
Then what happens, Joe? Then what happens?
God.
You don't propose.
you have sex. Rox, do you not know what sex is?
I know what sex is. I've just never had it before.
Oh.
And why are we supposed to
Okay.
have this after like so many dates?
That's
Like,
the-
is there a rule? Like the date, that's when you do it, or like
I mean, there's no like specific number, but like that's generally what you're trying to do. Is you're trying to explain it like this is so weird.
making Joe give me the talk is the highlight of my night.
That's basically what you're doing. Oh god. Rox, I don't know if I'm the one who should be telling you all this. You might want to talk with your folks.
That seems really a lot more awkward than I would like that to be.
Like that's who's supposed to do it. Like it's really weird, Rox. I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
Why is that weird?
The vibes are strange.
I think of you as a friend, and trying to have this conversation with a friend is.
Why
Oh,
is sex
okay.
awkward? Why does it have to be awkward? Why can't you just communicate what your needs and wants are and then reciprocate based on
Well,
what they tell you?
generally, Rox, a date is how you convey your need for sex. It's like. generally
I feel
considered a
like you shouldn't
precursor.
probably go on a date. Look, I don't know a lot, Joe, but like I feel like I shouldn't just show up on a date and be like, I would like to have sex tonight, and then we just
I'm
go
not-
have sex. Like that's not
Ugh.
probably
That's
the
a
way that you
different
should
date.
do that. I look, I just know that I've been a woman forever and like my whole life. And like if somebody showed up at a date like that, I'd be like, you gotta fucking go.
That's not what I'm
That's
suggesting, Brox.
Okay, well, explain to me what you're suggesting.
I'm suggesting that's what you're suggesting.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying that I feel like I'm good at communicating, and when we're ready to do that, then we'll do that. But we'll have communication about like where things go and where we want that to go and what that will look like and how it will all work.
Okay, I'm just saying that, like, if you've brought up the topic of a date, that's generally considered to be somewhere down the line, so I'm just...
Are you worried for my sex life?
I guess? I don't know. This is really weird.
I think it'll be okay. Because we'll just talk about it. We talk about things.
Okay.
We already have a good open communication in our friendship, so I don't see why that would be different if we're in a romantic relationship. You know what I'm saying?
I
We
guess.
just talk about it and then we just do it our way. We don't really need to do it according to anybody else's rules. We get to make up our own rules.
If that's what you think, why'd you call me?
Well, obviously I figured this out in this conversation and listening to you stumble about trying to explain sex to me, because that was very amusing for me, so thank you. Joe,
Yeah.
how did you get Henry to ask you to go out with you? I feel like you game.
Listen, I didn't
To
really...
be fair, you're very tall and good looking, so that probably helps.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
On...
Congrats on
honestly-
your face.
Thanks. Honestly, to this day, I don't know why she said yes the first time.
Well, you all are cute together, so it works. Sometimes opposites attract.
She sees
We
something
like
in me.
her. If you ever dump her, listen, I'll be very upset and disappointed in you. So don't hurt her or dump her. All right? No
I'll try
pressure.
my damnness.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Talk to you
Oh my
later.
god.
What the hell?
That was fun.
That was hilarious.
God.
Joe is just like completely flabbergasted. I'm dying.
He's
inside
like, how did he get
laughter."
how did she get 2 people to go on a date with her? Not as smoothly as you might think, actually.
He's just trying to comprehend the paradox of having enough game to get 2 people at once on a date and
They're
then
both
not
very
understanding where it's supposed to go.
That's the charm. She's just a sweet, naive cinnamon roll.
Oh my goodness.
Who must be protected at all costs, but also understands that you just need to talk those things out and you'll figure it out.
It's better be clipped.
Clip the entire.
It probably will be.
Make that a highlight.
The
Clips can only
facial
be a minute.
expressions were amazing, I do have to say. All right. That's all I wanted to do.
I would like
Joe.
to test out the foreign language, please. Just someday she just goes
Yeah.
to the college completely unaware of that. You just file a form and take a test. She just asks somebody one day.
Yeah. You
Can I
can.
take
I feel like
German
you probably don't
class?
even have to take the test. You just start speaking fluently with the German teacher or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, yeah, you're good. That's fine.
Easy Deutsch.
So, well, we're nearing the end of
Maria
this
just
one.
popped out of existence.
I'm trying to close my watercolor box and it's not cooperating.
So
I'll
any
go ahead and do
last
your
things?
yeah, do your triple date. I had something
triple
I
date.
maybe wanted to do with Charlie, but we can do that like maybe start next session.
Or we can do the date next session. It doesn't matter.
Well, next session, we are starting our next arc, so this is it.
Triple date.
Triple date.
Do the
Triple
I'm here
date.
for it.
I've had enough scenes.
Roxy would have asked them each what they would enjoy doing, and she will suggest a beach picnic day.
Cynthia will suggest a rather than a beach picnic day, a beach picnic night.
Yes.
Because her preference for the day is she doesn't want to be observed by people, not because she's with these two lovely ladies, but because she doesn't like the paparazzi.
That's fair.
Fair.
Or
But
to not be observed.
on the
I want
other
to not be have pictures taken of me right now because I just want to spend time.
Do not wish to be
that's fair.
perceived.
At some point though, it will cause your father to have an aneurysm. So
Well, yeah. But what she basically says is she doesn't want, like, if this is going to go somewhere, she doesn't want, like, the early stages of
That's
figuring
fair.
things out to be tainted by her father and her mother, frankly,
that's
being
fair.
weird about it.
That's fair.
Also, beaches are nice at night.
They sure
Night
are.
beach sounds fun.
Do, like, a driftwood bonfire. Pretty colors.
And I'll bring stuff from s'mores
Yeah.
and wine. Wine and
Mhm.
s'mores. I can't think of a better combination.
Sounds fun.
Bring anything else?
Cynthia acquires some kind of pricey desserts, chocolate something. Because the s'mores are for devouring. These are just for like, what the shit?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
I think Roxy will make a steak gorgonzola.
Ooh,
Mhm.
all right.
Elena will obtain some wine.
From the ether. Just
Oh my gosh, she just pops back into existence.
I
with,
just
like,
go
Oh,
into
man,
silver.
I want that
Bottle of-
sour.
wine from like the 1800s. Like,
Yeah.
God.
Aged. Very
Time
well
travel
aged.
not confirmed.
yeah.
no, to get well-aged wine, you go to the future.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Future wine. That's when you find out the entire world is in like a post-apocalyptic hell, and you're like,
This is the last
yeah,
bottle of wine on earth.
about that.
Yoink.
We should probably do something about this. But wine first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be Roxy's big plan. And then she just spend time with them. Hold hands, be cute.
Cynthia spends some time acquiring rocks and skipping them out in the water,
Aw.
occasionally making them go farther than they should with telekinesis.
I love it.
I was gonna say Elena's gonna make some of them heavier. So
Roxy's just
sink
gonna
the
throw
feet.
them as far as she can. Or skip
I
them as
love
far
it.
as she can. We've made this into a competition and I love it.
Hey, Cynthia's into it.
Friendly competition. It's like the foundation about friendship. I
Friendly
mean, not the
competition,
foundation, but like it was when we first started being friends, you know, it was like the start.
Yeah. Cynthia brought along like a blanket or whatever, or
Aw.
towel or something to put out so you can stargaze a little bit for what few stars are visible given
Mhm.
Halcyon.
yeah.
I imagine there'd probably be more visible since
guess
the
it's the
50s, that
50s,
weren't
so
quite
it's
as
not-
industrialized. as
Yeah,
they would
so
be present day. It's
Just
nothing
cute
you get
stargazing.
like out in the desert, but there's probably some
Yeah.
good views.
Elena will point to one like that is a very large ball of gas. I read that in my textbook.
do you know which one it is?
Smart.
No idea. Apparently they all have names.
You
Not
are
all of
gonna
them, but the big ones. And then she'll like point to wherever the North Star is.
You're gonna learn them all
don't
in
think-
no time. You're so smart.
Isn't the North Star only visible in certain seasons? No, that doesn't make sense.
No.
It's always visible.
It's always visible.
That's why it's used for navigation.
That's how you figure out where north is
Yeah.
at night before they had compasses and shit and GPS.
Gonna have to learn a little bit about space so I don't
I
talk
actually know
about
that from my
too much future space.
history classes because that's how the Underground Railroad
Yeah.
used that to.
The North Star has been used by cultures around the world for navigation, and
Yeah.
in some ways it is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Humans be smart sometimes.
sometimes.
Polynesian cultures, the way they use the North Star is nuts.
That's
They literally
awesome.
just use their hands, like no tools, just their hands.
Reach out and grab it. Anyway,
Yeah.
Cynthia
And
kind of staring at the sky is just like. Ever think about how weird it is that we do have records of there being life out there, but we never fucking see any aliens. Not that regularly, anyways.
I don't actually think about that much, but now I might.
Oh, I think about it a lot.
There was a thing
That's
that
fair.
crashed in your country
Mhm.
in the
Yeah.
desert.
Yep.
There's been a few of those.
It's in like New Mexico or something.
A lot
that
of weird
happened
shit
yet?
happens.
Nevada?
out in the
Roswell
desert.
was the 40s.
okay.
Oh, was it?
I've seen it in X
I
Files
kn-
to know that.
I believe Area 51 wasn't properly established until later, though.
No,
Area
but
51 was this early 70s, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Don't ask me why I know that.
I mean,
UFO
officially,
sightings
but you know.
since like the 30s.
Yeah.
It used to be like an Air Force training ground or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Was it Nevada or was it New Mexico? I can't remember.
I think 51's New Mexico.
anyway,
You know, Elena, you're not the first person on record to have your power set.
I didn't know that. I've never met anybody else with similar powers.
well, that's an appropriate
mean-
change.
Well, as the record has it, the other person to have this power set wasn't exactly from Earth.
Did they have a name?
Not that I could find. It's from about 10 years ago.
Oh, they might still be alive then.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a
Maybe.
relative.
They could be. Yeah. Oh, that'd
And
be
does that
so
make you part
cool.
alien?
I don't know, but maybe.
That'd be so
Hey.
cool.
Be cool to look into it. It fits the theme.
Did they also
Hmm.
glow?
I feel like aliens could glow. The
The record just
possibility.
said it was the same power set, so presumably, yeah.
Maybe.
They went from the Fey
Maybe
realm,
they
were
could
they?
travel through different dimensions.
Oh, that'd be so
I-
cool.
I don't know about the Fey realm. It's possible.
Sylvie said we're gonna go there and get wine. But we're not gonna go to the dancing forest where you stay there for like 100 years.
I
Probably not the place to go, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think time just does whatever's there, whether you like it or not.
I don't know.
There's something there that she's talking about, but I think we shouldn't give it serious consideration until we're a little bit more powerful.
Maybe we should consider spring break. Like we need to get very like
Not what
we
I
need to
meant.
get stable with school and like get in our routines. And I also got to help Tony find somebody to replace me at the shop. I was thinking of asking Rampage.
Aren't we supposed to be arresting
Would be
her?
interesting.
Well, I don't think that we're cops,
Nobody.
so I don't think technically we have to arrest anybody if we don't
Well,
want to.
I mean,
But
the original plan was to, I guess, have her in custody and then
Oh,
bring her out.
yeah.
But I don't think that's a great idea, personally.
I feel like things have pretty much blown over anyways.
I've decided to
There's
put a
probably
pin in
been, like,
it until
4
it
other-
comes up again.
I think there's probably been like 4 other scandals in the meantime, so
The press does
People-
love a good scandal.
people probably forgot about it by now. I'm not too worried. I think that
Well-
Rampage has other things. It sounds like she's stressed out. So I was going to call her and ask her if she wanted to get a beer. And then I was going to ask her if she wanted to potentially be a mechanic.
Well, please be careful.
Yeah. I mean, Tony has to approve and stuff, but she seems like a good person. And if she also needs assistance with her Tempest the temperamental,
Void cat.
Void cat. I see whiskers only. Also void cat. So that was just my thought, but
Alright.
So want to hear something really funny? I
Sure.
called Joe to ask him about the dating protocol manual, and he said there wasn't one, and then he tried to give me advice, and then he said, who did I ask out? And I said Elena and Cynthia, and he said at the same time. Both of them at the same time, and I said, yeah.
Did you break him?
I might have. You should probably check on him later. He seemed very confused, and then he said, do you know where dating goes and what the goal of dating is? And then I just kept acting stupid so that he would have to explain sex to me.
Oh,
You
boy.
seem oddly fixated on Joe lately.
Oh,
That's a fair point.
shit.
Elena doesn't know.
Well,
It's like the whole joining this football team and this.
we're
heck,
friends, and I missed him,
college.
and I want to spend more time with him.
Maybe say
So-
like 5 words to him, usually about his car whenever he goes to the shop to see Tony.
That's
So
true.
you were telling your brother's friend about or dating 2 people at the same time?
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
interesting conversation to have with your brother's friend.
Well, now we're football bros, so
how is that going?
Is that what football bros talk about?
I think so.
I'm
I don't
going to-
know. I apparently I don't share a locker room with them because it would be awkward because I have different parts.
Smells like a lawsuit.
I
I think if I will befriend one of them football bros to see what the football bros do. They fraternize with the cheerleaders often.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wave.
Are you going to befriend them as in befriend or befriend as in fraternize?
Yeah. Probably not fraternize. We'll see how. It depends on how the date goes. Are we all seeing just each other? Are we seeing other people?
I figured that's something we could talk about,
I'm good with
figure
that.
out. I don't really have like a preset idea of how we make it work. I just think we all figure it out together. You know?
I think my boundary here is I'd prefer if you didn't date anyone who I am actively fighting or
That's a good.
who's trying to kill me.
That's a good one.
Well, I don't really like it when people try to kill you because it causes me a lot of anxiety. So, like, which
Oh, my problem solved itself then.
so I feel like if they were trying to kill you, I would be very upset with them, and that would not be something that would make me want to date them. Not an attractive trait for me when they try to kill.
So no dating
About-
the bad guys, the arch nemesis,
mean-
or assassins,
Yeah.
unless they're not actively trying to fight or kill us.
Yeah.
Just
Date
like-
who you want. I prefer if you didn't date anyone who's in direct conflict with me.
Okay,
That'd
so we
be
can just-
inopportune just to stop a fight to ask someone on a date as well. Like, I know
Although
we're
it might
fighting
throw
you,
them off
but-
Stranger
game.
things have happened.
You know, it might throw them off the game. I find that Joe doesn't do as good at football practice if I give him emotional whiplash first.
Do you do that often?
I think he was confused about how I got 2 girls to go on a date with me at the same time.
You asked them. That's not
That's what I said. I said I just asked them.
because he has Henry. I don't see why he would need someone else.
I don't think he's ever asked anybody but Henry out.
You're
At
not
least not in a
interested
very
in
long
Joe.
time.
That's why this weird infatuation is not because you are interested in Joe. It's just a bro down, as Tony calls it.
Yeah. I am not interested in Joe. Joe is too high maintenance for me. Thanks.
Insight check. Here's the mask. Why are my D6 is always at the
Oh
bottom?
my god.
We'll get to the bottom of this one of these
Did
days.
you make it?
I don't know.
Elena's gonna level up like before she makes it.
A level up from trying to analyze Roxy's emotions. Fuck. 6.
Not too hard.
I'm
only
going
get a
to
plus one,
assist
right?
with this.
Do I
Yeah,
get
you
a
get a
team?
It's just yeah, I will spend a team from the pool
Yes, we
and be
finally
like,
have a team.
so Roxy,
That would make it an
you
8.
sure you don't like Joe?
Yeah, I'm positive
Eight's
I
a
don't like
success.
Joe. First of all, he's emotionally, he's not.
I get one question.
You want me to? Can I just? Do I have to be tactful now, or can I just like say what I think? Since he's not here, he's emotionally constipated, and that's not okay for me. Not an not an attractive trait for me.
With the +3 from the team, that is an 8. So I get a question.
Yes.
Yeah, you get one question.
I want to know what Roxy's really planning with this weird friendship with Joe. That just seems to just spring out of nowhere.
Oh, okay. So she is planning to try to work better with him and strengthen the friendship.
But to what ends, we may never know.
The world may never know.
Poor Elena. Cynthia just got to like pick around in Roxy's brain and she's just like,
Yeah,
That's funny.
Cynthia knows what's going on. She
Yeah.
just finds this communication barrier amusing.
Probably because they're on the same football team.
Also, like I take an interest in the things that my brother likes too. And he likes Joe, I guess. Right now-
Me too.
Well, yeah. He was asking about the cookies because he wanted to get Sylvie flowers. Okay, don't tell him I told you.
I
He
don't
wanted
talk
to-
to him.
Well, yeah. I'm talking to Elena more. But like you could come by the shop if you want to, but like I mean it's kind of funny when Sylvie's there because he like falls all over himself a little bit. It's pretty obvious that he likes her. But yeah, no, he wanted to get her flowers, and then I was like, maybe chocolates, buddy. And then he was like, what kind of cookies does she like? And then he's like, but don't be obvious and ask everybody their favorite cookie.
So that's what that was about.
And now I think mom's making you all cookies. So
That would be by your
I won't
mother
say
and I
no.
for making cookies for everybody.
yeah, that would be why.
She was very confused.
It was Tony's idea. I just I
Now we
don't
have so many
know.
cookies. You can take them to your practice to build your bro bond. I can
They
take them
would
to
like
my
cookies.
practice to bring
Yeah.
the cheer bond.
Cheer bonds, yeah.
I think that's a thing.
Yeah, I think so. But
I'm going to
anyways,
use them to bribe the other undergrads in the lab to do my bidding.
oh, I like that. That's a good use of the cookies.
That tracks.
Queen bee up in here.
I love it. I can't wait to hear about all the things that you do in your classes. You're probably going to run circles around your classmates. Me and Elena are taking intro journalism together, so
And we have the Taekwondo that Joe is in.
that's going to be so much fun.
Taekwondo.
I agree with that assessment for some of my classes and less so for others.
Oh.
I mean, majoring in physics, obviously, because I need the degree if I ever want to take over from Catherine someday. Taking a minor in art history.
Oh, that's awesome. We should go to a museum sometime.
Sure.
Roxy. No idea.
I've got a friend who majored in art history. Spends a fair amount of time in museums, so
Cool.
I don't see her enough, so I suppose I'm just trying to relate to her more.
Aw. Yeah. What else? Yeah. So that was my funny thing, is asking Joe dating advice, and I don't think that he had any good advice. And then he got to like the goal of dating is sex, and I was like, I don't think that's the goal of dating, but okay.
Might be some people's goal.
For some people, I think.
All right. You could just skip the dating part and have sex. I mean, I don't.
It depends on what
Some
you
people like
communicate
both.
ahead of time.
What? Sure. I mean, as long as everybody's properly informed, I don't care how people have their relationships and stuff.
Oh, that's fair.
That's the fish how to fly. I don't know what you were expecting.
Poor Joe.
Oh. I mean, I've definitely just asked people for sex, but relationships are nice too.
Okay. Sounds like that might be it for the date.
Mm-hmm.
Toast some more marshmallows.
Yeah.
Hand holding cuddles, whatever, you know.
Sounds good. Okay. Would you like your scene with Tony?
Maybe not the entirety of it, but it could make for a good cliffhanger for the episode if we want to just do
I
that
want to
part
know
of
what's
it.
going
I mean,
on.
I haven't.
With Joe and
haven't,
Tony, now that he asked him on a date.
After panel in mind to set us up for next week. So
Okay.
Okay.
do what you want to do.
We'll just make it a quick brief thing, like maybe don't go into the whole deep dive of it. But I feel like there's like one of those clever cut things where it's like it pans up to the stars, and as it pans down to Joe also looking up at the stars.
Okay.
He just looks a little disappointed at the sky. Can't see as much as he likes to.
Makes sense.
But then his eyes kind of glance to the full moon that's also high in the sky. Here we go again. And he'll pull out of his bag that coyote mask, slip it on, and knock on the door of Feel Good Repairs.
Almost as though he was expecting you. The door swings open and Tony is standing there wearing his own wooden mask, which you now know looks amazingly close to Gus.
Joe kind of chuckles.
Oh, so you're in a good mood tonight.
Something like that. Still think it's funny. I mean, did you choose how that looks, or did that just happen when you pulled it out of the box?
A part of
'Cause if
us
it's-
always chooses what our masks look like, Joe.
Joe kind of like scratches the edge of his. Yeah, I guess.
Besides,
All
maybe
right.
if you actually decided to spend a little bit of time with Gus and Grandpa Les, you'd understand why.
You really want me spilling everything to him?
Grandpa Les is a therapist. He's heard a lot. He knows a lot more than you might think.
He knows about you? Does he know about me?
He's met you, so he knows of you.
But I mean, does he know? Joe kind of taps the mask.
Who can say? Maybe you'll just have to find out for yourself.
I trust you, man. You know, with Roxy wanting to be part of the team and get closer to me, I'm trying to keep my mouth shut here. I do think if you told her, she would be okay with it.
You know, that's interesting coming from you considering how long you were working together, but didn't want to break down those walls so easily.
I got a lot to lose.
And I don't.
I don't think you could do anything to lose her. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
I think your focus might be a little too narrow, Joe. It's not about her turning against me. It's about what other people might do if they find out.
Yeah, fair enough there. But I guess on that, what's on the agenda tonight?
He claps a hand on your shoulder, squeezing just a hair too tightly, and says, "We haven't had a good sparring session in a while."
All right. You're gonna get your butt beaten again.
Don't be so sure. And you don't have, unless you have anything else to say.
No, that'll be it.
Two of you can head off for some training.
That, incidentally, is why Joe found Gus hilarious. Because he was like, "You've got to be kidding me."
Oh my god.
But before we head into the after panel and the post-session questions, time passes. The pool empties to 1. We are now at 1 team, and Joe needs to roll for obligations.
Oh no.
I suppose Sylvie technically also needs to do this, but we can do that when she gets back, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm not gonna roll for her.
Yeah.
No.
Well, my mundane is
Excellent.
0. So this is just going to be a straight roll. So we'll see how this goes. Heh. Oh no! That's a 3!
That's fine, right?
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
On a
Is
miss.
it the
This is the special thing for the Janus. This is essentially me trying to do the work-life balance between superhero and civilian.
He's not doing a great job.
Yes, but on a miss, you haven't given your normal life anywhere near the attention it deserves. The GM chooses 2 obligations that are going to bite you in the butt.
Uh-oh.
Tony could literally bite you in the butt.
Well,
Henry's going to remove the possibility of biting you
I
in
mean,
the butt.
full disclosure here, Tony is one of my obligations, so it could be his side of things that comes back to bite me. It's either that, Henry, or the seagulls. We'll see what happens.
Actually, it's 2 of those things. So.
Mm-hmm. As if Joe's life wasn't complicated enough.
Roxy takes
Thus
over
the
as
Janus.
quarterback just to fuck with him.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see how that kicks off as the semester starts. But as far as our after panel goes, we get a close up of an invitation to a social event that is passed through the mail and eventually lands in the hands of many different people. One of which is Catherine Barnett, who is invited along with Cynthia to the special night out. Another invitation lands in the hands of one Sam Kirby, who is expected to attend with his wife and his stepson. And of course, the Howells are once again revered guests in the social circle who are expected to bring their adopted daughter as well as their unofficially adopted daughter, or just an exchange student staying with them. It's unclear which it is at this point.
She's part of the family. That's
We don't ask questions.
We don't ask questions here, but I'll at these end, of course, if any of these individuals would like to invite anyone else, they are welcome to add a +1 onto that as well.
But Roxanne is my +1.
Yes,
How bougie is this event?
Quite like suits,
like
not quite.
Stream upper class.
I already
it
know
is
what Roxy's gonna wear.
Nice.
Okay,
like, business
Cynthia will
attire.
invite her on the condition that Cynthia gets to have veto power on her outfit.
Alright.
That's But this is a nice socialite event where the mayor will be in attendance. And as we close, we get a nice look at the event hall as the doors open and the first guests arrive. Exactly what will happen remains to be seen. Haha. So,
Party time next time. Okay.
as for now, we can head into our after session questions. Thanks to our montage. Yay!
I love the sharp transitions into the happy music. So great.
I'm very excited for it's coming.
It approaches.
I'm so excited. I've
We're
been
finally
thinking
gonna
about
get
this.
to see Sam and Tallulah. I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
Among some.
Amongst up.
Among Us.
Emergency meeting.
That phase acting a little
Smash.
sus.
Eject.
Roxy
Checked everyone. Everybody's suspicious.
Alright.
Reverse gravity, quick.
Oh my god.
Who would like to go first?
I'll go. If nobody has particular feelings about it.
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna say that Cynthia grew into her image of herself a little bit more. And since we are apparently attending college, which is a very normal thing, but also kind of takes away from the time that she has to do heroing things, I'm gonna shift Savior down and Mundane up.
Okay.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Elena's also gonna grow closer to her own image because she's just living her best little socialite life. It's like nobody suspects I have weird powers that make my skin glow.
It's totally fine.
Yet.
It's totally normal.
And only my close friends think I might be an alien.
Nobody
seem
knows
totally fine.
I'm an alien or not. I'm gonna shift mundane up and danger down because I have not accidentally murdered anybody lately.
Woohoo!
Ta-da!
No heads were squished like grapes in the making of this
I don't need danger, right? I'm not
Montage.
screwing myself over, am I?
Depends on what you want to roll well.
I think all of my moves are freak. No, some of them are danger. Well, it's fine.
It's fine.
Fine.
No. I'll just blow some stuff up. It's fine.
I can go. Oh, you can go next if you want.
I was gonna say Joe grew closer to the team,
Aw.
specifically Roxy,
Mm-hmm.
because her just out and out admitting that she wanted to be closer to Joe just
Aw.
immediately made him feel like the biggest asshole in the world.
What are friends
Wants
for?
to
But
be
to
his
make you feel like
buddy.
assholes.
Because he genuinely wants to be like nice, but also like, please don't ruin my life. Feels like
not
he's juggling
actively trying to
knives.
ruin your life.
Yes,
Elena
and
might
that's what
try and
scares him
ruin
the
Reyes'
most.
life.
It's passive destruction of
Oh
your
my
life.
But I think Roxy already has influence over me. Let me double check
Yep.
here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, so you will get to shift May, and I will finally clear my last condition.
Unless I shift you in the wrong direction, then
I will let you know right now there is no shift that can result in me
Oh,
getting a
that's good.
condition.
I was gonna shift your mundane up.
Okay.
Because it feels like you explaining sex to Roxy should not be mundane, but that was that was
That was
Disaster.
You're straight disaster.
Literally,
What's
he's a straight disaster.
Yeah, he was. That was hilarious. Yeah, and then I'm going to shift your danger down.
Danger down. Okay.
I don't know. Or freak down. That sounds counterproductive with the conversation.
Whatever goes with
All
your
right. Freak
thought
down.
process.
freak down. Okay. Which is
Especially
actually completely okay with Joe because he does not like the freak label.
Yeah, I wonder why.
the rest of us are all about that, but
Yeah.
okay.
Some
So
of
his
the
freak isn't that high.
Okay.
Some of the
other playbook moves I was looking at involved not freak, danger. That's where I got confused, but it's fine.
So Roxy grew closer to the team, and she actually I'm gonna say she grew closer to Joe because she was expecting him to be like, absolutely not, you can't be on the team.
He was about to be like that until you were like, but I want to be friends. At which point you just went,
I just want to spend time with you, Joe.
Aw.
at that point you activated the himbo instinct and he's like, must be friend. Joe's story is just the long struggle of a himbo being forced to be deceptive.
And he's not very good at it.
Yep.
Stresses him out.
Painful for everyone involved, and he's just like, I wish I could be honest with the people I like.
Oh my god.
Roxy's just a himbo, but like it doesn't occur to her to be deceptive.
I think that puts her in the Shimbo category, if I remember that.
I don't know. I need to look at the chart again.
But yes, I get to shift you because I already
You
have
do.
influence.
Yep.
Oh wait, Joe does not have influence.
Yeah,
But-
he does.
oh, wait,
he
but
never
you know-
he never lost
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
It was
I was about to say
Watchdog.
you know now. So okay, that's not a
Their
concern.
influence converges.
He will
Influence
shift
convergence point.
mundane up and freak down. Actually, the same shift.
All right.
Just like he can tell that she's like putting in a concerted effort to just be normal and connect on a human level, and he does appreciate that as much as it just makes him so goddamn nervous.
We're totally normal college students again, guys.
Totally normal.
Nothing weird about us at all.
Not that we're in a three-way throuple.
Enjoy
Not
it.
Nobody's a
that-
werewolf.
Not that we are all super powered. Not that.
Shit's gonna hit the fan real fast.
Oh boy.
Is it because we went back to college?
No, I've been planning this for a long time.
I suspect I may know what's coming up here, and God, am I here for it.
Oh, you don't. You have no idea.
Hit me. You
I
have no
will.
idea what powers you're messing with.
Hurt us.
But anyway, thank you everyone for joining us this evening for this quick and dirty montage of the rest of the summer. Oh, I hope you're all looking forward to next week because I am very excited.
Me too.
I'm so excited.
Is that when we're going to a social event?
Partially because of going to a social event, but now I can set up a billion other plot threads that I've been holding on to.
Dangling.
I
And just spring the threads.
carefully been weaving my web.
Yes.
So anyway, I hope everyone else is having a good time wherever you may be when you're watching this, and we will catch you around next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.